Cheers,
successful 2023.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'll talk about whatever. My life's all kinds of crazy.
Hit the bell!
Because you have an Android.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Just suck.
Just subscribe already.
I don't have nothing that you're like, hey, I've been working on this. I want to talk about this.
Man,
Like
I
that.
mean, building this roofing company is one thing that
We're definitely going to talk
I'm
about
proud about. Like that's something I like talking about.
Yeah, that's the big part on my podcast is sharing everybody's story.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I've had all kinds of different businesses on.
Yeah.
And like I think about myself whenever I was wanting to go into business and how I didn't think I could be in business. Like I didn't think I could start a business on my own just because like when I was younger, somebody told me that there's only 3 ways to become wealthy. And that's born into it, marry into it, or win it.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of how I had my mindset for the longest time was like, oh, well, I don't have any family that's in business and I don't have any money and I'm probably just going to be a poor kid forever.
Yeah.
And then I started reading books and I started working hard and I started making some money and I was listening to Joe Rogan and all these podcasts. And that's what's cool about podcasts now is because you can hear from these people and you can hear their stories.
Experience and stuff, man.
Yes. And so that's why I like to bring businesses on, share their story. And then maybe, one day there's a kid out there or anyone
Yeah.
that watches it. Maybe someone at 50 years old watches, Brooks Stevenson and listens to a story about how they started a roofing company and they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should go out for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do that. So that's why I should like to share everyone's story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you cool with that?
Yeah, man.
You cool with hopping right into it?
Let's hop in.
All right, man. Well, Brooks, thanks for coming on my podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. So today we have Brooks Stevenson on the podcast. I met Brooks at it was a collective event. So I'm actually wearing a T-shirt today.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was just kind of ironic that I wore it today. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep it on because we have that connection there. But the collective event is just young professionals. For anyone that's listening to the podcast that doesn't know, it's just a group of people decided to put what was it?
45 and unders entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Small, entrepreneurs basically. And just get together every now and then, network, try to help each other out. And then the men of it, like there was somebody in it that was like, hey, we should have a men's night.
Yeah.
Right. And so, it was at a cigar lounge. We went there. That's where we met for the first time.
Good time.
Yeah. It was, I loved it, man.
Oh,
it was a great time.
Sick event. I
Yeah.
mean, the setup of the whole thing, honestly, you walk in there,
Yeah.
you just
awesome.
feel like,
Yeah. And he ended up coming on my podcast.
did he?
Yeah, he came on. Robert.
Yeah,
he,
man.
He ended up coming on the podcast because I sat around and talked to him later that night as everyone kind of disappeared, and I was like, we just got to talking. And I'm like, man, you need to come on my podcast. Like, I'd love to hear more about how they got started because they have a pretty interesting story.
Yeah.
So that's how me and Brooks here met. And then you reached out to me.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey man, I'd love to come on a podcast. And I love people like that because that just kind of just shows that you have some passion.
Yeah, and I watch podcasts, so seeing them and stuff, it's like Theo Vonnie's one of my favorites, right? It's cool.
Yes, he's huge right
I
now.
just love funny,
Mm-hmm.
But I love listening to podcasts. I'll drive down the road. Oh, wow.
Listen to a podcast.
Yeah, man, you learn stuff, better than music.
Is Theo Von your favorite podcast right now?
No, probably Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Probably Joe.
Joe is hard to beat, man.
It is. Theo's like probably my favorite, like, comedian, like, funny podcast, that's probably what I'm going with, but Joe, man.
Yeah.
Joe.
I consume Theo's, like, short form clips
Yeah.
mainly.
Yeah.
So, and I used to listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts just in general, but I was painting cars at the time. So 8 hours a day, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I'm just in there spraying paint. It could take me 3 hours just to paint one car. So, I just got my headphones in, I'm listening because you got to spray, but then in between coats, it's 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes, depending on what color you're spraying. A tri-coat can take even longer, depending on the time of year. It's like whites are really hard to dry. So I had a lot of extra time or a lot of time to myself. So it was just put a headphone in and start listening. And actually I would contribute it a big contribute to where I am today.
Yeah.
Like why I started a podcast, but why I also went into business on my own. And so I want to talk about that before we get too sidetracked on podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your business. So you're wearing your shirt. It's Premier Roofing
And contracting. Yeah.
And did you start it from ground zero or
Ground zero, man.
ground zero? When did you start it?
So
Like, how old were you when you started?
25,
25. How old are you now?
26.
26. Oh, okay. So you've been in just a little over a year.
April of last year, man.
Okay.
Moved to a new state
Okay. So you're not originally from Missouri.
from Oklahoma originally.
Okay. So why'd you move? What made you
I
move?
tell people to dart on a map, man. You know,
Really?
I mean, it's kind of how it was, really. We came up here for a weekend, loved it here. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, we were here.
You say we, like you married?
No, not married, girlfriend.
Okay. But you came up with your girlfriend?
Yeah, man.
Was it like, did you come up for an event, visit family? Like how, like what made you choose
So
Missouri?
she has family here. She has family here. Her sisters lived here about 6 years. So she's been here about 6 years. We came out to visit. Our lease was coming up where we were at in Tulsa. I don't know if you know Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it's expensive to live there. It's notorious for just being expensive. So,
I wouldn't think Oklahoma would be expensive.
man, you'd be surprised.
Really?
I mean, you go to small town Oklahoma, it's
cheaper.
not bad
Right.
at all, you know.
Right.
But big Oklahoma, yeah, man, it ain't cheap.
Okay.
Oklahoma City, Tulsa, it's expensive.
Was it hard? We're getting sidetracked from your story,
We're
but
talking about, yeah.
yeah, but was it hard? Because I've never made a big move like that. Was it hard moving away from your family? Assuming you had family back there?
So yeah, I mean, you know, but my family had kind of moved too, and so did hers. So it was like, what are we doing here? Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like siblings or your parents and everything?
Parents and everything, siblings, parents. Yeah, man. Hers moved to Florida. Mine went to Texas, and
Made it a little bit easier.
here we are in Missouri now.
I would say a big reason why I stick around this general area, one, because I know a lot of people and like starting business and getting started investing and having to deal with banks and everything, it helps to know people.
Yeah.
Like I'm working on houses. It's nice to be able to like, oh, hey, do you know somebody that maybe does roofing or something?
Yeah.
You know, and then you can find people that way. But when you move somewhere new,
It was tough,
you gotta start all over.
man. It was tough.
I bet it was tough.
It was so. I mean, basically, just hit the ground running though. So moving here, I was a salesman in Oklahoma. That's what I did. I worked for other roofing companies. I was a salesman.
Okay. So you sold roofing jobs.
Yeah, that's what I did. You know, and I found all my own jobs. Facebook was huge. You know,
Were you doing the jobs too at the time?
So no, we had crews. We would just call the crews in. Basically, what we're doing is just going out, doing the initial inspection, finding the damage, hail damage, wind damage, trying to get an insurance claim. People don't want to spend 15, 20 grand on a roof when they can spend their deductible of $1,000 and get a brand new roof.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we do. You know, storm chase a little bit and stuff. But moving here, I'd planned to work for a guy. Kind of fell through, didn't work out, and I was like, man, 3 weeks has gone by. I got to do something. I got to do something. So I was like,
I'm gonna
forget
start my
it.
own
I
business.
started looking into starting a roofing company. State of Missouri, no roofing requirements for roofing contractors, no licensing requirements. Craziest thing.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
Oklahoma Construction Industry Board. You've got local licensing. You've got state licensing. I mean, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. Here, dude, I mean, any chuck in a truck, Pete in a pickup, they can go out and get a job. Oh,
Yeah.
We'll do your roof. Really? Yeah.
Well, I think that that's nice though, right? When you're getting started,
I love it.
especially if you don't have a lot of money to start with, you
Yeah.
can just, as long as you're willing to work,
Yeah.
you could get out and make some money.
I started this company with $600.
Damn.
$600 that I got insurance on it, and I got my city business license.
What about an LLC?
Yeah, and I started the LLC.
Did you do that yourself?
Yep.
Just is like, cause you can do it online. For
Went online to the
$50.
Secretary of State website, $100.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Super cheap.
Get it
Easy
done.
to do.
So I think we're like $600 deep in this now, and that was all I had. Dude, got one job, insurance claim, pretty good. Did good on it. I was like, okay. So
But are you doing the job at this
no,
point?
I had my crew from Oklahoma come up, dude, 5 hours.
Okay.
They drive up 5 hours. They come knock out the roof in a day. We get the profit back. I go straight to a marketing company. I'm like, let's turn this into something, man. Let's get something going. So I go to this marketing company I knew. He runs Facebook ads. That's what he did. So I started running Facebook ads. Well, then I'm starting to spend all this overhead, and I'm paying him to do the ads, and then I'm paying Facebook per day. And I'm like, oh my God,
It's eating you up.
it's eating me up. This is expensive. Finally, I'm like, okay, what I got to do is I got to get on Google. So I got the website made. Website was a couple $100. It's ran by a company. I don't even have to deal with anything.
Cool. They update it and stuff for you
Oh,
too?
everything, yeah. And if I call them and just say, hey, add this, you know, 5 minutes later, it's on there. So
Cool.
I mean,
How'd you find them?
So
Just out of
they work with roofing contractors who are GAF certified contractors. So that's what I am. That's the shingle manufacturer that I use is GAF. And
Did you know about them because of your previous?
No,
employer?
GAF. Yeah, I knew of GAF. GAF's North America's #1 shingle manufacturer.
No, actually, I think what I meant was the company that was working your website.
Oh
How'd you
no!
find them?
Yeah, so GAF, they're the ones who were
they
like,
told you.
"Hey, we got a guy." They work,
cool.
they work with guys who are GAF contractors. Would you be interested? I'm like, "How much is it?" We start talking about it. We get into it. 3 days later, I got a website. Awesome website
yeah.
too. I mean, the mobile, it's a little tricky to work with. It's hard. I mean, it's hard.
Just
on
because
mobile.
they're not always,
They
they don't convert over well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
my website's like that too.
man, it's tough. What do you do? So,
Yeah.
but
Unless you're going to spend thousands and thousands on it.
and I'm not.
Yeah,
Nobody
because-
goes to my website.
Yeah, it's not Amazon, right? Like
nobody
you're not
goes.
selling product on it.
Nobody
It's
goes
information based, right?
Yeah, and nobody goes there. They go to Google and they just read your little description on Google.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, business hours, reviews.
Yeah. They're looking for a number
That's
and
it.
reviews.
That's it.
That's it.
Reviews.
Especially for a roofing business.
Yeah, man.
Or like, not just roofing, but anything in construction.
Well, so roofing's the like #1 exterior scam.
Really? Why you say that?
Man, people get these insurance checks and these roofers will take like, hey, give me this half down. See ya.
And they just dip.
Dip. Never come back. Then you're
see that.
stuck. You know, I mean, it's huge. Well, so they take advantage and they go prey on these people who are in these storm damaged areas. Not cool, man. Let
Yeah.
the local guys handle their town. Whatever. You know, storm chasing. It makes you money. It's fun if you're good at it and you're going to do what you say you're going to do. But don't be the shady contractor who's going to run off with the check.
It's crazy that people can get away with that, but you would think that karma would catch up with them eventually.
Got to.
You would think.
It's got to.
Right? Because, I mean, you would hope that if someone's giving up like a chunk of change, like signing off a check,
Yeah.
that they're getting some kind of contract with somebody's name on it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they can fake all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it is a very shady thing to do. And
Yeah.
I know if I did it, I know like my house would fall in the next day.
I'd be in a wreck on the way home.
Yeah.
Dude. Like I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I know.
Yeah.
That's my
The
luck.
check would burn up in the wreck
Yeah.
and then my bank account would
blow out the window on the way home
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it just wouldn't work out for me.
Nope.
So I hope that's what happens to them
Yeah, it should.
because they're screwing innocent people over.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So is a big part of it for you, the insurance jobs?
That's 85%.
Okay.
That's 85% of what I do.
Because it's a very expensive.
And I mean, a lot of people, they'll go turn their life upside down to finance it, you know? If their roof, let's say, gets denied or if they don't have homeowners insurance, I mean, people will go $300-400 a month for 10 years, you know, if they got a big house, you know, and they just got it passed down, they don't have insurance, and then next thing you know, you're looking at $30K.
Yeah, is it possible to finance a roof?
Oh yeah, we do it. We do it every day.
Like through your company?
Yeah.
You guys finance it?
Yeah, yeah. So we have a provider who we are a vendor, I would guess you would say. Like we use them and them only.
See, I feel like that's something that's never talked about.
Well, so that's your retail game. So I go into every house with a retail mindset of I'm going to sell this customer. But if I get up there on the roof and there's damage, I'm not selling you anything. Your insurance is going to pay for it, and then we can get into the sales side of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But
What's like the interest rate on something like that? Is it pretty high?
man, I mean,
it's high.
so there's a couple of plans and programs. You got 25, 30 different options to choose from.
Oh, wow.
With who we go through, you know. So they have like 18 months, 0 interest deferred payments. But after 18 months, if you don't pay it off,
It gets pretty high.
dude, you're like 36%. Woo! Yeah, not good. Not good.
But you know, if you're doing it through like a credit card,
yeah,
you're still going to pay like 28,
absolutely.
30% anyway.
But we got those ones that are like 14 to 17, but I've never really seen better than 9-10%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's through
That's through
finance.
who I use. Yeah, I tell people check your bank.
Yeah,
Check
go to
your
the bank first.
Call USDA. Check your bank. You
I
know.
feel like you could or just refinance or do something like
Pull a
that.
second mortgage, yeah.
Pull a
Absolutely.
second mortgage or something just to come up with the money.
Yeah.
I feel like that is one of the instances where if you're going to have to refinance your house and use the money for something, I feel like that's one of the instances that's like,
that's
hey,
what
it's
you use it for.
justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I wouldn't recommend refinancing your house to buy a new car.
It's the main defense that protects your family.
Yeah.
Is your roof.
Dude, roofs for me, they've been getting me lately because I have some rental properties.
Oh, yeah?
But then I also have my gym, which is a 10,000 square foot building.
Oh, man.
But it's like everything I buy.
Metal roof, too, isn't it? Or is it flat?
I know my gym.
Yeah.
It's a metal roof.
Yeah.
It's a 10 metal roof, and it's old.
Old.
Very old. Yeah, it's just a corrugated tin, but I should have definitely looked at it better. I honestly, if I would have looked at everything a little closer when I bought my building, I don't know if I would have bought it.
Yeah.
Because it does need replaced.
Why was that? Were you just like excited? Like, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And like, I'm also the kind of guy that's like, just do it and figure it out later.
Me too.
Because literally every property that I've ever bought, I've had about 10, 15 homes, and then my business that I have right now. And every one of them, if I really got into it, like I really start looking into them, I wouldn't have bought it. The HVAC needs work. The flooring needs, like the structure needs a little work. The roof needs work.
Yep.
Something needs work, and it's going to take a chunk of change out of my pocket.
Yep.
And if I would have looked into that, I would have probably like got scared and been like, no, the HVAC's going to need replaced. It's 10 grand. I'm going to stay away from it because that's all my year's profits.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did it because I always found a way.
Yeah.
You know, I ignored it, not totally ignored it. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, I can look at the HVAC unit and be like, that's kind of old, but it works.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm hopeful, I guess I would say. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't break. And every time it breaks on me, but it seems like it just kind of works out.
Yeah.
It's just kind of always worked out for me. And a lot of times it's like I save up 10 grand and then it goes out. And
Every
it's
time.
like,
That's
gone.
That's the roofing industry. That's how it goes. Money comes in quick.
Yeah.
It goes out quicker.
Yes.
I mean, it's gone. You got material bills, guys to pay. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
What would you say your biggest expenses in the roofing industry? Because like for you, do you have a lot of overhead as far as, I mean, do you have a building?
No, You know, I mean, I just run it out of the house.
Yeah.
I mean, in the roofing industry, not in this area where we're at, you don't really need an office.
No.
We're in St. Louis or something. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, let's get an office. People might come in.
Yeah.
I've worked out of companies that have had offices, never seen a customer walk through the doors.
Yeah.
They're sending checks there. That's all.
Yeah. Right.
I got a house for that.
Yeah. You can, every type of like roofing, you know, like shingles or metal.
Yeah.
You can just show them out of a book or online,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
I got like little booklets and stuff in the truck that go around with me everywhere, sample colors of metal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just,
People don't need to really,
no, I mean,
they're not, it's not like furniture shopping.
no.
You know, people want to go and look at all these different couches, all this stuff.
That's the thing though, man. I'll tell you right now. So one of the companies I worked for, they did a roof, it was about 4 years ago. We did the roof. Customer's like, oh my God, this is not the color I picked. I hate this. And I mean, this is $30,000 roof. It's a big house in mid Tulsa. It's nice. Mm-hmm. And the company, the salesman had it all. I don't know who the salesman was. Salesman had it all mixed up and everything.
Oh, so it was on the
On the company.
Damn.
They had to go back through and pay for the whole roof to be replaced.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
I couldn't imagine doing that right now, you know. But this is still first year in, you know. But these guys 20 years in.
Yeah, they could have the extra 30,000.
Yeah.
It still hurts though.
Oh God. But that's the thing.
But it would shut down a new business.
Yeah,
probably.
That right there though, that's just not training. That's just
Negligence.
It's lack of something.
Yeah, someone's not paying attention somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Probably falls back on the salesman.
That's where it goes. You think he was there the next day?
No, they fired him.
Oh yeah. What do you do, man?
Exactly.
30K.
Yeah, it's a big loss.
It's a big loss.
I guess it's easier just to find a new employee.
That's right, dude. There's 100 guys that'll sell. Mm-hmm. There's 100 salesmen out there that want that job. 1,000 actually, whatever.
Yeah, probably all day long. I find another one.
Yeah.
that's how it works for the salesman. Is they just making a commission off of?
Yep.
Now, do they get paid hourly too?
Nope.
So it's literally just off the sell of the roof.
Yeah.
That
So like if you don't sell anything, you better go find a side job.
when you got started, is that how it was for you?
Well, I mean, so luckily I lived in an area. So no, I grew up in an area, I'll say, that really didn't have but one local guy. And he had, 2 or 3 guys that did a roof, took him 5 days. So I got to go working for this big company out of Tulsa. Next thing you know, I'm doing 20, 30 roofs in Miami where I grew up. Storms hit, tornadoes come through, hail hits, and people are like, oh, Brooks got into roofing. Oh, I know his mom. And his mom posted on Facebook.
Yes.
And dude, I mean, that's just how it
Jobs
went.
all
I
over the
mean, there
place.
was no leads given to you. It's not, hey, this guy called the office, go run that lead, maybe once every 3 months,
Sure.
Other than that, you're getting your own jobs. You're posting on Facebook. You're going into insurance agent's office, real estate offices, property management offices every single day. You're setting up lunches with these people. You're taking them cookies, donuts.
Yeah, you're busy.
Busy.
It's a full-time sales job.
That's what it is.
Is the commission good off it though?
Oh, yeah.
Like what kind of percent are we talking?
So, I mean, yeah. Depends who you're with. It depends what you know and
On
how
average.
good you are. I mean, so most companies are right around that 10% mark on job cost or of the contract price. So 10K, you're making 1,000.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Better than real estate.
Yeah, the way I like it though is like percents of profit instead, like a profit share instead of just, oh, here's 10% of the job cost. Now, the profit share sometimes isn't the way to go because what if you go upside down on a job? Then you're not getting anything.
How would you go upside down in the job?
Next, you sold the job at,
You like underbid it.
you're tearing off one layer. Next thing you know, you tear off that roof and you just missed it and there's 2-3 layers under there. And then you're eating those costs unless you can get that customer to.
Now it's triple the time.
Well, so on my contracts, I started putting, because dude, I've lifted up shingles before. It's 1 layer. The other side had 2 layers, or the other side had 3 layers. And it's like, oh, I didn't look at that side. You didn't quote that side now. So I started putting in the contracts, any unforeseen layers will be billed additionally.
Yeah.
That's
And it helps prevent from having those.
going upside down, burning yourself. But the profit shares is better for the salesman who knows what they're doing, who's going to, sell it right, sell it at the cost it needs to be sold at. We like 30% profit margins and up. That's what we like, but like right around that 35% mark is what you're making. So you guys make $5,000, you get 35% of $5,000 as a salesman.
Yeah.
That's pretty good
That's
money.
pretty damn good.
It's pretty good money. And you sell 3 or 4 a month.
And I'm not saying that they're not working. I'm not being like, oh, well, it's, because they are. Like you said, you go to the person's house, you're checking the shingles, you're working with the customer, it's back and forth. You write up the estimate yourself?
Yep.
You're writing up the estimate yourself. You go into lunches with people. There's certainly work in it, but also on the plus side, you're making 35% and you're not having to get up on the roof.
Exactly.
And break your back.
Yeah.
So
You're getting up there and sweating for like 20 minutes looking for some hail.
yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. How'd you learn how to do it all?
So I was kind of lucky. My stepdad owned a roofing company growing up.
Okay.
He owned a roofing company. So like 13, 14 years old, I started doing tear-offs with him.
Okay.
Basically was his gopher. Go get this, go get that, do this, do that. Don't touch shingles, don't do anything. You're not nailing anything, but what you're going to do is you're going to do the grunt work. So I just sat there and, I'm kind of the type to sit back and just watch and learn, and that's what I
You
did.
kind of wanted to do it.
So yeah, it wasn't like that wasn't at 15, 16, I'm not like, oh, I want to own a roofing company one day, because it was something that, it got us by. That's what it was, it was a small, small town where we were at. So there's not much work there.
Sure.
But
Would you also say that, like, if you owned it, do you think you could have done better?
I don't know, man. So he was actually doing his projects, my stepdad was actually doing his projects. So I can't say anything on that because the guy worked hard.
Yeah.
He worked hard.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in that lucky spot where I found some guys
Yeah.
who do the work.
I feel like if you're going to scale,
You
kinda
got
have
to
to.
have guys.
yeah, because you can't do it all yourself.
Yeah, and there's a couple of these local guys still doing it themselves, and I'm just like, man, if you guys want to scale and get big, you've got to bring someone in.
And that's how it is with my rental properties. And it's funny because I was literally thinking about our podcast tonight, and I was up on a roof. I got a place in Cuba, which I'm gonna talk to you about after it.
We'll check it out.
I'm selling the property. It's already on a contract. I was gonna put a roof on it, just a metal roof. And then this company that I was talking about before the podcast, I need some money for it. And so, I didn't have it all. Yeah. So I put it up for sale, and I'm going to use the profits from that rental property to start my new business. Yeah, did we lose something?
That sounded off for a second, didn't it?
It did sound off. Ariel, are you still getting stuff over there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It has a noise suppressor, so maybe if it got out too far, maybe it just like was suppressing the noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking about like today, because that's how I'm at. Like when I started, I always wanted to own a business, but I didn't think I was going to be able to. Like I didn't think it was for me. Like I just didn't think it was in my playbook because of how I came up. And then I bought my first rental property. Then I'm like, I'm going to try to buy a second rental property. And I just kept buying them. Then I bought my gym. But I have learned that you can't do it all on your own. And if you're trying to do it all on your own, you won't ever have any other time to go out and do, like, keep on growing.
Yeah.
Because you're like today, I woke up this morning. My gym had a leak, and it's been pouring.
Oh, yeah.
It's been pouring. Yeah. Like it's like a monsoon out there now. So that definitely doesn't help. My rental property, I knew it was starting to leak, but we haven't got much rain at all. So it's like, I was just kind of like, I'm going to keep pushing it off until I have to replace it. And then it just, out of nowhere, out of the blue, it just started pouring on me. And they called and they're like, hey, my roof's actually looking pretty wet. Like the drywall's looking pretty wet.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it. I was like, I gotta get over there and at least put a tarp on it.
Yeah.
Because I already have it under contract. I told the people, I was like, I will pay for the new roof. Because they kind of tried to negotiate. And I'm like, okay, you can pay this price and I'll put a new roof on it. Or you can pay this price and you can put a roof on it.
Yeah.
And we worked it out and they want to put a roof on it. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But my tenant that's in there, I can't just leave the roof leaking on her. So I went over today and just nailed on a tarp.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Is that bad for the roof?
No, man. I mean, what kind of nails did you use?
I use roofing nails.
Like
they're little bitty skinny.
Not any plastic caps around them?
No. That's a bad?
Don't get
That's
in. No. Water's going to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's not like overnight and it's not a lot because you just think it just drips around that nail head, just seeps its way in.
So it's supposed to have the gasket on it.
Yeah. The little cap nail.
I didn't know they had that.
Oh, yeah.
I would have bought a box of them, but
if you're not a roofer, you probably wouldn't know,
And I don't want to be a roofer.
No.
Dude, it's one, I'm not a big fan of heights.
Yeah.
So it's not something I really want to get up there and do. But also, like I was saying, I want to get away from, because it was my entire morning. I didn't get back to the gym till 2:00, and I had a list of stuff I needed to do because it's the beginning of the month, and then I'm thinking about my podcast at 6. And it's like, okay, I got to keep moving.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have enough time to get all this stuff done and then get home, grab a bite to eat, and hop on the podcast? So I just kind of wanted to bring that in to relate. Like, my time is very consumed, and it's hard for me to grow if I'm stuck always working on my property.
Yeah, and so I'm in a boat right now where there's a lot of workload, and it's just, I'm the only actual employee of Premier Roofing and Contracting. My crews, they're all subcontracted. Mm-hmm. They're guys out of St. Louis. I call them, hey, I got a roof. All right, we'll be there Thursday, Mm-hmm. So, dude, I run our appointments. So every lead, I run all the adjusters meetings, going and meeting the insurance out on the roof, sales appointments, inspections, everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Going to pick up material, project managing jobs, running back and forth. And it's like, need some help. You need some help. So it's like, I'm at the point right now where you got to find a salesman, you got to find a project manager, basically someone to help take the day to day.
What's a project manager do for roofing?
Sets on a job site, takes photos, make sure nothing is, getting broke or guys are taking care of stuff. They're being clean. Trash is getting picked up throughout the day.
Okay.
Material needed. Go grab it.
Who gets the material for the job? Is that you?
So who brings it to the job?
Yeah.
That's the ABC Supply, who I get my shingles from. They deliver every job.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's like an hour away.
Oh yeah, so they're out of Farmington.
Holy
Yeah,
cow!
dude. Oh.
So they're driving from Farmington.
Yeah.
I guess it's just worth it for them.
Well, so I mean, if you think about it, like St. Louis's branch, they got a market. They don't need to come out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, O'Fallon, they don't need to come out here. They're in St. Louis's market. Springfield, they got their own market.
So this is you called it ABC,
ABC Supply.
and it's just like a roofing supply company.
It's like the Walmart of roofing.
I wonder what you would think there'd be one closer.
So I've talked to my guy. I'm like, man, why does Rolla not have a location?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mid I-44 Missouri. I mean,
And you could shoot all the way down.
straight shot.
Yeah, you could shoot all the way over to Jeff City.
Yep.
You could straight up to Springfield.
South.
Go south, yeah, down through like Salem stuff. You could also shoot up 44.
Yep.
Union, Washington, all those Pacific, all those. Because I'm sure someone in Pacific is battling. I'm sure they can get stuff from Farmington too. But, you know, I'm sure the places in St. Louis are busy.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's probably for them. Because there's it's a equipment rental company out right off of 44. I can't remember what it's called, but they have a bunch of equipment rentals. I'm like, you would think people would just get it from St. Louis. And then everyone I was talking to was like, no, because the equipment's rented in St. Louis, it's rented out all the time.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to get. It's days, maybe weeks out. But the stuff off of 44 right outside of Washington, it's people can travel back from Eureka, grab it. It's the same amount of distance to like the Washington exit as it is to St. Louis. And they can just go grab it and bring it up, and they're like, it's just that much easier for them.
Yeah. So I rent my trailer, like my dump trailer that I use. I rent it. Mm-hmm. I don't need to buy one. Honestly, it's $100 or like $200 every time I rent it. Mm-hmm. $200 for the day. That's not bad. It's like $500 a week.
And you just put it in. Some part of the bill, right?
Yeah. Oh
just
yeah.
goes all into it.
Yeah, you factor it in, and
So you're not eating those costs.
No.
You think you buy a trailer eventually?
Probably by the end of the year.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Because eventually it'll pay off, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, I've probably spent $6,000 on that rental trailer so far, you know.
This year?
No, since I started it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at first I was having a crew that had their trailer, but they were charging me crazy for the trailer. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for the trailer if I could pay for my own trailer and not get charged what you're charging me and still cover the dump cost for less than what you're charging me. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make sense.
No, yeah.
So,
because at the end of the day, it's not all about just how much money you can make off the top. It's how much you can save throughout the job too.
Yeah, yeah.
So it comes to a point where you will probably peak. Like you're like, I can only bid so many jobs by myself.
Yeah.
And then until you get somebody else, it's like, okay, well, how do I start saving costs?
Yeah.
You know, and if you're like, well, I could probably save $50 or $100 a job by just buying my own trailer.
Yeah.
You know, so there's probably things like that too.
Yeah.
Because that's part of business.
Oh yeah.
Have you made it into that part of it too?
Man, so I'm
where you're starting to like fine tune things and you're trying to really shape it.
Things are getting right to where they need to be, honestly. You know, I mean, besides just not having that help that I really could use, I mean, I'm still doing the day to day. Things are still flowing. Jobs are coming in. Calls are getting answered. You know, I mean, the ball is rolling. It's not. It never stops. This is a business that never sleeps, and I'm the contractor in the area that does 24/7 emergency services. So it's like,
how do you do that?
Phone ring, call me at 3 a.m. if you're leaking. You know, if you got water.
Who fixes it though?
Call me. I'll be out there.
You'll go out there and fix it?
So I do my own repairs. I do my own repairs, and I do like my own tarping and stuff. Because the crew out of St. Louis, if I call them for a repair, oh, well, I need $200 for gas to drive there plus the cost of the repair. Mm-hmm. When I can go make all profit and do a repair, why not? Mm-hmm. I know how to do it, you know. Do I want to do it? Not really, but I'm going to.
It's part of the business.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it. And, you know, it looks good on you, the owner out there doing some work. You're up on the roof. Customer's like, oh, owner was out here at 3 a.m. tarping my roof.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's something to that in a business that people want to know the owner. Mm-hmm. They want to see the owner. They want to talk to the owner. They want to. I think it's just like a part of respect when you're dealing with any type of business. When
that business card went from sales representative to owner, I mean, you see the difference at the door. You notice it. You know, knocking on that door, here's a card.
You get more respect, you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time I get, man, you're young.
Yeah.
about to spend $25,000 with you. You're young.
Yeah.
You've been in business a year. I'm a GAF contractor.
Has it affected you, or has it just brought up stuff like that?
Man, it's almost helped it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like an icebreaker. It's a conversation starter, you know. Because then I'm like, oh well, I've been doing this since I was 13. I grew up in a roofing family. Oh,
Yeah.
this guy might actually know.
I think it shows hustle.
It does, you know.
Yeah.
And it does.
Because I think I wouldn't say people are envious of it, but I think everyone has a little passion in them to start their own business,
Yeah.
go out and do something. Because everybody they're all doing something, right? Whether it's you're working on cars or whether
Yep.
you're a nurse or whatever. But I think everybody has in them to do something on their own, and not everybody takes that leap.
No.
Because it's a big leap.
It was a scary leap.
It is a very scary
It was
leap.
scary, man.
And so I think when someone, because I've seen it too.
Yeah.
You know, I own my gym, and there's people that come in. They're like, "You own the place?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And
It's me.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, you're pretty young to own a building like this." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I appreciate that." You know, I'm like, I definitely worked hard for it. I'm working
Yeah.
hard for it every day, and I think they see it in someone that works hard.
Yeah.
And I think they can just tell.
Yeah, and I mean,
there.
you know, I've beat out some of the guys who've been here years, you know, on some jobs, on some big commercial jobs, and it's like this young kid, but I brought like this big company feel to a small town, you know. Dude, if I set you down at your dinner table, you will feed me dinner because I will sit there with you until 9:00 at night selling you,
Sure.
and you're gonna be like, information overload, but the last guy just texted me a price. Instead of just saying, "Oh, I'll do your roof for $7,000." Well, what am I getting for $7,000?
Yeah.
But I come walk you through, and I even sell you at 8,500. Here's what we're doing. Here's the booklet.
Yeah.
It's every step of.
You're saying if they want it, you'll break it down for them.
I break it down for everyone. If they want it or don't, I break it down.
Oh,
for
really?
them. Oh, yeah. I mean, so the thing is if you stand at that front door, you're probably not gonna get that sale. You get in through that front door.
Does it ever come off as pushy, you think, though?
Well, I try not to be pushy.
Yeah.
I do my best not to be pushy.
So do you how do you do that though? How do you know when to be pushy and when not to be pushy? Or how do you know how do you get in the door?
I mean, you've got 5 seconds to read that person once they open the door. You've got 5 seconds to read their body language, you know, if they're standoffish, if they're inviting, you know, like someone cracks the door and peeks around it, probably not a guy that's going to let you in his house.
Right.
You know, this sweet old Julie swings her door wide open.
So you're assessing the situation.
Yeah, it's as soon as they open that door, you're just reading them right there.
Yeah.
Who are you and what are you about? Do you care about your property or do you just want the cheapest option?
Yeah. And that's part of sales too.
And you can tell a lot from pulling up to a house.
What do you mean?
Like, do you take care of your property? Do you not take care of your property? If you don't take care of your property, you're probably not the customer that's going to want upgrades and this and that. You're probably going to want bottom dollar.
Yeah.
But if I roll up and you've got beautiful stripes in your yard, landscaping done, beautiful, you know, just a nice yard and everything, you know, nice everything.
But you can tell the roof's
Yeah.
not looking the prettiest.
Yeah.
That's how you know most likely. Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah. I mean, you know who's what and who's buying what and who's not, you know, I mean, and that's no shade or anything. I mean, that's just part of it. You pull up someone's house, you know, if they want the top of the line or if they just want price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's part of sales supposed to that, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
to be able to pay attention to that
Yeah.
and know like, hey, this person's not going to want top of the line. They got
No.
their weeds are growing
Yep.
all over their driveway.
Yep.
They got some junky cars sitting out in the driveway.
Junk all over the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so you got to know, but those people still need roofs.
Yeah, but then again, you also got to pick and choose your customers because I've ran into some customers before where it's,
So do you just give them a quote and move on?
well, so I try not to just like, so I do estimates on site, you know, but I try to get in the door. Like, you got a moment for us to sit down somewhere, you know, so I can walk you through what we do,
Sure.
walk you through our process. Most of the other guys in the area, they're not saying that. They're, all right, I'll email you a price.
Yeah. Do you think that's because they're working for a company and not owning the company?
There's not many companies around here that have salesmen, because that's what I was saying. So when I moved here, I'd planned to go be a salesman for one of the companies in the town that I work out of now. He's like, I don't want a salesman. I don't know if I have the use for a salesman. Dude, I have the use for a salesman.
Yeah.
I have the use a year in for a salesman, you know?
Yeah.
So
Because that's a big,
it takes this headache off your shoulders. This guy's out here getting jobs that you wouldn't even have had. Mm-hmm. Like, I need a salesman, and this guy's been doing it 15, 20 years.
yeah. So you think that's going to be your next step in the business?
Yeah.
You think salesman or trailer is going to come first? Or maybe it's both.
Hopefully a salesman, so then he can pay for
make
the
the money.
trailer.
Yeah.
He can pay for the trailer, you know?
So that's kind of what's on the horizon right now.
Yeah.
That's what you've really been focusing on.
Yeah.
lately.
And I'm stretched thin. Mortgage companies, dealing with sending in checks that have the mortgage company on it. I'm dealing with insurance companies, adjusters, homeowners.
You're just trying to get paid right now.
Yeah, my QuickBooks. I'm dealing with all my bookkeepers and everything like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of moving parts, man.
Yeah, certainly.
A lot.
Especially at the very beginning when you don't have a lot of money, get started. It's very crucial.
Yeah.
You can't have a lot of mistakes.
No.
And you're going to have them.
Yeah.
But you kind of, you can't go on big spending sprees.
No.
Early on.
No. That's why I haven't bought a trailer yet.
Yeah.
Could I have? Probably. Would I
see.
have strapped myself? Probably.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to get into that point.
Yeah. You're assessing your business.
Yeah.
Trying to get some money saved up.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, okay, what needs to come first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah.
My gym's the same way.
Yeah.
My gym's the very same way. And I've spent some money on some things I'm like, maybe could have waited on. But yeah, I try. A lot of people ask me, they're like, how much money do you make? Everybody wants to know how much money you make.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as little as possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save all the money and put it back into the business right now to grow it.
Absolutely. And that's exactly where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at with this. And that's where I've been at the last year. It's been the mindset.
And you got to be careful too, especially for me because I own a building, and so there becomes expenses. With the building, there's just repairs. I had 2 AC units go out, 3 AC units. No. Yes, 2 AC units go out on me in my first 2 years. Yeah, 7.5 tons, $30,000 each.
God.
And it hurts. And it's like, I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
I don't have $60,000 sitting around on top of all my other bills.
Not many people do.
No. So, I had to sit and really think about it. And I ended up going the mini splits. Have you seen mini splits yet?
No, but.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Ariel, we pull them up real quick. They're cool. Like if you end up in a situation where you need some HVAC work. So basically the mini split or the HVAC unit was going to be $30,000, 8 months out. Like stupid. Yeah. So even if
8 months out?
8 months out. So it's not like you're
Are
testing.
they building them still or something? Or?
Dude, I don't freaking know. I don't know where the $30,000 comes from.
Oh my God.
From what I see is just a piece of sheet metal with a fan in it and a little bit of compressor.
Bunch of copper.
A bunch of copper. Like, where's all the money at there? That's what I hate HVAC.
Oh, yeah.
We could really go down a
Those
tangent on
HVAC
it.
guys do good, though.
Yes, I think they do.
They do all right.
But here's the thing. I think the guy at the very beginning of the line makes the money, and then everybody at the end of the line doesn't. Like the guy that's coming out, putting the HVAC unit in for me, I don't think he's making as much money. Like, I'm sure he gets paid okay.
Yeah.
But I bet by the time it makes it to him, someone's already taken all the money. I think it's like Brandt. Do you know Brandt, the name Brandt, or anything, like a big HVAC company name? Brandt's a big one.
Well, yeah, I know some, yeah.
Okay, so I think Brandt is the one that has crazy markup. Or I think that at the manufacturer level is where the crazy markup is.
Yeah.
I think they're charging, this $30,000 unit, I bet, and I could be wrong, but I bet it doesn't cost but $5,000.
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't even think it costs that.
It probably doesn't.
I bet it costs $2,000 to make this
I bet
unit.
they buy it for about 8, 7. That's probably what the manufacturer sells them to these companies for. Oh, yeah. And then you're getting charged 30.
Yeah. It's 15 for
Yeah.
the unit and then another 10 to install or something.
Yep.
That's why I have a problem. Because I'm like, my AC unit here, I had to replace. And it's
literally
thin sheet metal with sheet metal screws in it.
What is it with you and HVAC units, man?
They hate me, man.
God.
I'm cursed.
These
mini splits. Yeah. So I'm sure you've seen them. They look familiar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So all it is, so I had in my gym, I needed it was a 7.5 ton unit. But it was basically 2,500 square foot that I needed AC coverage for. I had zones. So we got to get out of here. You just let me know too.
No.
Okay, you're good.
It vibrated.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I just needed 2,500 square foot coverage of AC. And I was like, I'm trying to scramble. Like, how do I come up with $30,000? Like, I'm hoping my other AC units hold on until I can figure out like how I can make it happen and they can just keep up. And I don't remember who. I know I've had people in the past like say it to me, like, "Oh, you should try a mini split," and I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." I just do what the HVAC company tells me to do. But now this situation, I'm like, I'm backed up against a wall.
Yeah.
I'm in a rock and a hard place. So now I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I start Googling it. Other people online are saying mini splits. And I had a guy on the side come out. So I use one HVAC company, but if that doesn't work out, I usually try to get a second opinion, see where I can save some money. I brought this guy out that does HVAC. He's looking at it and I was like, what do you think about a mini split? And he's like, He's like, I never really installed them, but he's like, that's the only thing Japan's using now. Like Japan doesn't have like your traditional furnace and AC unit. They just use mini splits and they're a heat pump. So they do heat and AC.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And so I was able to get one. I think it's 36,000 BTU, which does the 2,500 square foot that I need. And I paid $3,500 for it. It has a 10-year warranty on it. And it's a claim that you can install it yourself. Comes fully charged. You put the wall unit, like that unit right there, you just put it on the wall. You drill a hole through your wall, run the line set out. You put your condenser outside on the ground, tie it in, put electric to it, fire it right up.
Really?
Wi-Fi capabilities, everything. And I put 2 of them in my gym, and they've been rocking.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, $3,500 each.
You saved a lot of money.
Saved a ton of money.
Ton of money.
And they're fully covered for 10 years. So it's like, even if it only lasts 10 years, I can put 3 in and still be half the price.
Yep.
So to me, it's like no brainer.
No. And I mean,
it's
you
the way
can
to
put
go.
5 in. You can,
Yes.
You're still ahead.
Yes. And that's if they go out every 10 years. So for me, anyone, and what's cool about them now too is that like, the wall unit, not everybody likes that look.
Yeah.
You got this big unit on your wall, but now they have it set up where you can actually, they have ones that you can connect ducts into.
Okay.
So like I had at my gym, I rent out, so it's a 10,000 square foot building and I rent out 3,500 square foot to a therapy company and they have drop ceiling. And so they have vents going all throughout their lobby. And I wanted to be able to use the vents still. Cause at first I thought they were kind of tacky. Nah, I don't give a damn. Like, I'm like, nobody pays attention to them. But at first I really wanted it and I found it where you can just hook the ducts to it. So it's nice because you can only run a line set so far.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. But yeah, you can only, like, you don't want like 150 foot of line set. Like you want like maybe 50, 75 foot max. So what was nice was I was able to put this unit up above the drop ceiling and then just run the vents into it.
Oh,
and it would stretch out throughout the whole entire room.
So it's hidden.
It's hidden.
Nice.
And it worked. Like nobody would even know that it's not just a normal AC unit. So, and like I have a rental property right now that I just bought and it needs a full renovation and the HVAC unit guaranteed a shot in it.
Oh, God.
The whole house is trash. I've never powered it up. I just walk through it and you walk on top of trash.
Oh,
That's how bad it is. And I guarantee the furnace and AC unit's bad. And it's got a basement in it and I was just going to put one of them in there and then connect all the ducts to it and move on with my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like, and you save so much money.
Oh, yeah.
So much money.
Speaking of what you just said, I've had an idea in this head.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after, but
Okay.
it's about.
You don't want to talk about it right now?
No, you and I'll talk about it after. It's good though. You'll like it. You'll like it.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, we kind of got really sidetracked, but I think I was talking about just like the importance of really trying to find ways of saving money in your business and making sure you have the money to be able to put into to make sure you can put it into the right avenues. And you can't run your bank account to zero because stuff like an HVAC unit's going to go out or something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you got to have that money set aside. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like I get people that want new equipment in the gym or want me to do this or put this in the gym. And I'm like, guys, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Like we gotta let the business make some money for a while because if something happens, I don't want to go belly up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the gym to shut down. So it's like, you guys gotta and anymore I've kind of learned to let things be for a while. Cause like I used to just, as soon as they break, replace it.
Yeah.
And then I started to realize that people don't respect it as much when you just replace it instantly because they just expect it to get fixed.
Yeah.
So like I have these you go to the gym, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So have you seen they're like rubberized, they're cable attachment, they're rubberized, different grips and stuff on them. Well, it's a metal cable attachment with like rubberized material around it. Well, they would just take it off the machine and throw it on the ground. Well, it tears it up.
Yeah.
You know, and so the rubber start to peel off of it. And I was like, man, I can replace that right now. They're a couple $100 for all new set of them. But I'm like, I'm just going to let them be, you know, because
Well, someone complained once or twice.
let someone complain once or twice.
Yeah.
Let them realize that like, oh, I can't be throwing these on the ground because they get tore up.
That's right.
And then I'll replace it.
That's right.
And so I've kind of learned to do that too.
Yeah.
Because if not, I just replace it and they don't even realize they're tearing it up.
Nope.
And they're just doing it over and over, and I'm just
That's
replacing
right,
it all the
dude.
time and just eating away my profits. So.
My gym, the air was out, and they were like, "Sorry guys, air's out." And air was out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks in there, and I mean, people were complaining because I mean, it wasn't like an open air concept either. You know,
So it's hot.
you got like 2 doors in the whole building,
Yes.
and it's not a small building. And oh my god, you'd be in there just like going to find a fan, and then it's just blowing hot air at you, and you're
Yeah.
just like, why am I even in front of this fan?
You know, I don't even think
I kind of like it without the air though.
You know,
The
I
sweat.
think so too. I'm like, guys, you're in a gym. You're here
Yeah,
to sweat.
that's right.
Like I think, I mean, obviously at some
an
point,
extent.
yeah, to an extent. But like I used to have in my gym, I used to have the thermostats just on the wall. Anyone could change them. Big mistake, dude.
Big time.
Big because
That's why your HVAC unit's broke.
yeah, it probably is, dude. It probably is because I would leave and I would have it set like in this. So I built like basically like a system of like this is what the temperature is this time of year.
Yeah.
So if it's 75 degrees outside, I have garage doors. I can open up the garage doors. No HVAC's running at all. Anything from 80 and above, HVAC gets kicked on, and I keep it at 72. 72 is pretty good. That's what
I
chilly.
keep it at my house,
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
But I would, before I put the boxes on it, I would leave and I would come in the next day and they would have it down at 68. I'm like, you guys are nuts.
No.
Like, you guys need to sweat a little bit.
Well, you can't even sweat at 68, and then if you do start sweating, you stop, you're cold.
yeah. Well, they're getting in there and they're getting some blood flow and they're warming up and they're getting hot and they're like, oh, yeah, let's crank this baby down.
No.
And I come in the next day and they're just
You put lock boxes on them now.
Had to.
Yeah, you had to.
had to because people just, to me, I was like, the audacity.
For real.
So for someone to go touch someone else's thermostat.
Did you pay that bill? Did you guys pay the bill? Did it
Exactly.
go change the air?
Exactly.
That's my stepdad told me growing up. It was, hey, did you pay that
I mean,
bill?
in a way, they are paying for a gym membership, but at the same time, they're almost, and they're, I know, like, there's people in my gym that watch my podcast.
Yeah.
And the gym, like, put it on the TVs and are listening.
Oh, no way.
So if someone's listening right now, I apologize, but it's almost like some of them are children, and you have to kind of treat them like children, like they don't know to not put it at that cold.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to put limits on them.
Yeah.
And so it's just,
And if it's 95 degrees outside, then it's trying hard to
Yes.
be at 68.
And yeah, not only that, but like it would say if it's struggling
Yeah.
to try to get there. And I've seen that a lot too, was because it happened for like a couple weeks before I got the boxes. But say I have it set at 72 and it's 73 in there and they're hot, they'll crank it down to 70 thinking, oh, it's going to cool it off more. I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
No.
If it's not getting at 72, it's not going to get at 70.
No,
You know, like it's still struggling just to hit 72.
And then it's trying really hard.
Yeah, I'm like, it does nothing.
No.
It does nothing. But I had to put a box on it and just not even give the option. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that thing. Maybe this. Try it now.
Huh. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
It could be that connection. Sometimes the cables. I also seen you're a big golfer.
Yeah, I'm an avid golfer, man.
Yeah. How long you been into it?
I mean, so I played a lot as a kid. Got out of it for a long time.
How'd you get into it?
We used to, my grandparents from Canada, they used to fly us to Florida every spring break. So as a kid, my cousins up in Canada, they loved playing golf. Loved playing golf. My uncle loved playing golf. So we would just we stayed at the Grand Vista Resort, Nick Faldo golf course.
Okay.
So
is that like a professional golfer?
He's some professional golfer. Well, we used to get lessons from him actually on spring break every year.
Cool, man.
So I just kind of really got into it, and playing down there in Florida as a kid was awesome. You know, it's just like, this is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Come back to Oklahoma, got back into it, got out of it like middle school, didn't play through high school. Last year, bought a set of clubs, man. And now I'm like,
Oh, so you just got back into
oh
it.
yeah. And you'll catch me golfing like 5 times a month.
Yeah.
6, 7 times a month.
I just recently got into it.
Oh, I was going to bring you some golf balls and I forgot them too. I just got some golf balls with the logo on them and stuff.
should've, man.
I should have. I'll get you some.
What's your favorite course around here? You have a favorite?
My favorite around here has probably got to be Oak Meadow over in Rolla. Around here anyway.
Do you have to be a club member?
No, you don't have to
go
be
play?
a member. Yeah, you can just go play.
I mean, when I say I just got into it, I just bought my first set of clubs 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you should have called me. I'd have sold you the old clubs.
What did you have? I should have.
They were just some old clubs. I would have sold them like $50-$60.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on Facebook right now.
I might be interested still.
Yeah.
We need a second set.
Yeah.
We need a second set. So
Yeah.
since I know nothing about golf, and I've kind of been getting into it. Like I just play, like I would go to driving ranges or Top Golf or something like that. But I never actually like had a set of clubs and went on my own.
Yeah.
And played, maybe bachelor parties, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the older I get, the more I kind of like it. I like the idea, and it sounds fun to me. But I enjoy the solo sports.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I was a skateboarder. I really enjoy things like the gym. Like I love being able to go to the gym and just work out for an hour myself. I like the idea of just going to the golf course, putting headphones in,
That's right.
and playing 9.
Yeah.
Just playing
Love
9
it.
holes.
You can't play golf without music.
Yeah,
I don't know how people
But
play
we got
golf
there, and I'm like,
without
we
music.
should have brought a speaker.
Oh, the speaker stays on, man.
Yeah.
You're swinging, turn it up. Actually, matter.
Really?
Oh yeah.
See, yeah, I'm not I'm not to that level where people need silence.
Oh no,
when they hit or
I'm
something.
not like the best golfer, and I'm not good. I love to play.
Yeah.
I love to play. I love being out there. It's a good environment.
When you say you're not good,
Okay, I'm not bad.
okay.
I'm not bad.
Because I'm still so early on, like so green into it that I can't really control
Lessons
if they're worth it.
worth
I want to do it.
worth every minute of it, dude. 30-minute lesson.
Even you're saying just anyone that is experienced.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
go to like a golf club and
Yeah.
get their pro or their golf pro there. Yeah.
See, the problem around here is I would have to go somewhere like Washington
Yeah.
or Raleigh or something
Yeah.
like that and get
Yeah.
like because Owensville has a course, but I doubt they have a pro.
I'm not sure. I've never been into Owensville. I don't think actually.
Really? You never been to
I
Owensville?
don't think so, man. Wait, I think I drove through it on the way to.
You probably touched the edge of it.
Yeah, I think.
Did you come down through Bell or did you come down through? Oh, you came 44.
Yeah.
Came off Cuba.
Yep.
Cut down. Did it cut you across V?
Yep. V
Okay.
to T.
Yeah, when you turn on V, if you keep going straight,
That
takes
would
you in-
take me into Owensville. That's right.
Yeah, which is Owensville is like the town.
Yeah.
It's Rosebud has nothing.
No.
Little bitty like 400 people.
Yeah.
nothing
You
town.
blink
And you go right through
right
it.
through it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Owensville has a golf course. It's nothing special though. It's 9 holes. It's a little rough. I don't know. I'll ask them though. See, because I think that's what I need.
You got to sneak down to Sullivan too. It's a good course.
Really?
Not bad.
Sullivan's a good course.
Yeah.
I played Cuba the other day.
Maybe. No, I haven't played
You haven't
Cuba.
played it?
No, huh?
It's okay. There's 2 big ponds on it.
Good.
So you like ponds?
Oh yeah.
You like
man.
that?
Yeah. Just skip it across the water.
I lost.
Try.
I think I brought a pack of 24 balls.
Yeah.
Is that what a pack is?
Oh yeah. No. 12.
6, 9, 12. Oh, yeah, it's 12 balls for I think it's $25.
Yeah.
I went through 9 of them.
Oh yeah. Dude, and so I'm like me. I can go straight, just not out of the tee box on my drives.
That's the time you don't go straight.
That's the time, man. And it's because I played baseball growing up. So like playing baseball and like trying to put that swing to it, man, you just want to like crush it, you know. And you can't crush it. You
Yeah,
just
I've
gotta
heard
make
that.
contact.
I've heard that because people are used to swinging a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you swing a baseball bat, is it you're because in golf you want to keep one arm straight. basically,
Yeah,
Right.
it's very similar. You know, it's very similar. It has like baseball tendencies, but it's still like there's a difference between a golf swing and a baseball swing.
Definitely.
I mean, because you're not rolling over and topping, you know, like trying to just crush one to left over here, you know. You're,
I would say baseball is easier than golf.
oh, yeah, by far.
You think so too?
I don't know about batting. I don't know about batting. You got to have some hand-eye coordination to hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
True. Yeah, we could
blink.
really argue it, right?
Yeah.
You could really argue it.
My dad's a baseball scout, so it's like
Oh, okay.
Grew up baseball.
Sure.
Love baseball.
Sure. Well, you can actually, for some reason, you kind of got a baseball look. I would, like if you I grew up playing baseball. I'd be like, I
Guy was a shortstop or a second baseman for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, back to golf. So you think lessons is the way to go?
Absolutely.
Because you said like you cut it when you hit it.
I'm going to get lessons.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, I played growing up, and just after high school sports and baseball, I've got those tendencies now, and I can't hit straight. Mm-hmm. Slice it.
But you know how? Like do you know the technique and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
You just need someone
to perfect it.
To perfect it.
Yeah, I aim left. Like when I'm on the tee box, it looks like I'm going for the trees, dude. Like it looks like that's where I'm aiming, but it just goes.
I feel like I go right.
So what's that, a draw? Or I think it's a draw or
no clue. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. We'll call it something.
But I'm not like I'm not consistent at all. You're consistent with it?
With the short game. With the short, like the mid short game.
No, I'm saying you're consistent hitting it to the left.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Me, I'm lucky if I hit it, I might hit it to the right, I might hit it to the left. Like
so, like
I have no control at all yet.
1 out of 10, do I just hit it straight left into those trees? Mm-hmm. But the other 9 are just left, right back into the middle, and it's beautiful. You play the slice, man. Mm-hmm. You'll hear play the slice. You stay around golf long enough.
Yeah, I've been in. Like I said, I got my first set of clubs the other day, which were I picked up some. I tried to get some nice ones. I picked up some Callaways.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't know what I was looking at when I picked them up. So I met a guy out of St. Louis and I wanted something nice. I'm like, I'm just going to buy something nice.
Yeah.
Like I don't know nothing about them.
Yeah.
So I know Callaway's a big one.
Yep.
TaylorMade's a big one.
Yep, that's what I go.
TaylorMade. It seems like are they kind of taking over as far as like some of the best clubs? Me
personally, I think it's the way, man.
Yeah. It seems like they're like kind of the name out there now.
The pros are also, the pros like TaylorMade, their drivers and everything. Their clubs are TaylorMade. The guys.
Isn't that who Tiger Woods?
No, it might be. I don't know. I'm more like a Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
He's TaylorMade.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Rory.
I don't know a lot of golfers yet either.
No, but Tiger Woods is the stud. That's the one you know. That's the one you got to know.
He's kind of a big name in golf, even though he had his controversies.
Tiger Woods is like what?
Is he a pioneer of the game?
Like what Babe Ruth was.
Yeah.
Like that's what Tiger Woods is to the golf game, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Tiger Woods is what really made golf.
He's like the MJ of golf, Mm-hmm. That's Tiger Woods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And it's just crazy because he had like that crazy controversy.
Oh yeah,
which
they got people wearing his. I saw his shirt the other day. This guy had on Tiger Woods. He just like had his head down, just smiling at it. It was Tiger's mugshot.
Yeah,
I was like, that's golden.
Yeah, I've seen that, dude.
So good.
Well, and now the actual like tournaments and stuff.
Yeah,
they're actually kind of becoming parties.
Well, so like that's live golf. So PGA is now. A lot of those guys are going to live, which is like. New
Saudi Arabia, right?
I'm not sure.
Company?
I'm not sure.
You looked that up, Ariel?
Yeah, okay. I would.
Is it LIV?
LIV, that's right.
LIV.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, in my knowledge, and I'm trying to make sure everybody understands this, because I know there's some people that watch the podcast that know a lot about golf, and they're probably like yelling at me in their car.
Me too, probably right now.
But I just it's popping up on my TikTok now.
Yeah.
Because whenever I watch one video and I'm like. Watching the swing or like it's all like technique videos and stuff and I'm trying to pay attention. That's my For You page is just golf and motocross. It's like there's no in between and roofing. It's funny. It's funny how how TikTok's algorithm really does. It works. Figure people out. Yeah. So what do we got here? Is this Live Golf is financed by the Public Investment Fund, the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Saudi Arabia. Oh, wow. So it is a big Saudi Arabia owned company. And PGA, the guys in the PGA, they're like, never going to live. Live has ruined golf. Like, that's what they're saying. Why, though? Beats me, dude. I think Liv's having fun. Those guys are out there living, man. They're out there partying on the course, basically, playing 18 in the middle of a tournament. Mm-hmm. Still getting paid big bucks. Yeah. Are they getting paid better? In the PGA? I don't know. That's not sure. You should look that up too, Ariel. Is this what? This is what's behind the controversy. It's tied to the fact that some people believe Saudi Arabia was involved with 9/11.
So they think it's a slap in the face to the 9/11 families for.
Oh, they think Saudi. Okay, let me just read it.
Yeah.
This is from CBS News. It says, why is LIV golf tour controversial? Some lawmakers, human rights activists, and members of a group supporting 9/11 families are blasting the PGA Tour for its plan to join forces with Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Golf, accusing the U.S. golfing group of helping the nation sports wash its record of human rights abuses.
Okay.
So I really don't completely understand that, but
No.
I think they just I don't know, so much crap to it. I don't really get into like politics that much.
I'm good on that, man.
Yeah, like I just feel like a lot of times it's just a waste of energy.
Oh yeah.
Like if LIV or Live, if they want to pay the guys more and it's funner and they get to enjoy life a little better, like why not?
Yeah. Why be mad at them for wanting to do that? You know. And a lot of those guys are mad that some of those guys did go live.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
and yeah, it's almost, I can understand, like I guess they would have to really break it down and like try to prove that Live is like somehow tied with these activists or like
Yeah.
or like part of like
Some terrorist organization.
yes,
or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
They would have to really prove it to me
Yeah.
before I got on board with it.
I like live golf.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, so
I like it.
yeah, I'm like, are you saying you like it as like you like watching it?
Yeah, man. Those guys like to have fun, you know, like they have fun with it. I mean, it's like I'm playing golf out there. You see the one guy, he'll slide, fuck, you know. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, PGA, there's emotion, but it's like quiet on the course. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
quiet
boring.
On the course. It's boring. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what the world needs, or I think maybe not what it. I think maybe that's where it's going.
Well, and it's bringing all these younger generation. It's like, oh, golf's fun. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, you look at golf as a young kid, you're like, you see a bunch of old men playing it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it.
It's boring. It's boring.
Very boring.
Yeah, but you get into it and you're like, man, it's like a mind game though too. So that's what's nice about it is you getting your head out there, dude. You're screwed for 18.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Like you got to go in with some confidence.
absolutely.
'Cause as soon as like you start trying to correct things,
Yep.
and then you start overthinking it,
Yep.
and then it's by the end of the 18, you're just sitting in the woods every
Snapping
time.
clubs and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh god.
I hope I never make it to that level.
I've never snapped a club. Have I thrown one? Probably
Yeah.
once or twice.
It's funny because I've watched some people really rage in golf.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get it to that level though. I'm going into golf because I want to play it for fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it, and I know I can get competitive.
Yeah.
And I would never do it in front of people, but I could see myself
Yeah.
getting like just out there playing by myself, trying to get better,
Yeah.
trying to beat my score from the last time, and then starting to get pissed off because I start to get in my head.
Yep.
Then I start hitting worse.
Well, and sometimes, you know, someone gets just so pissed off and so in their head, it's like, I don't even want to pick up the clubs anymore, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I recommend lessons. So it's like, you don't get in your head. You don't get pissed off. You got lessons from this guy who knows what he's doing. You're hitting better on the range. Take what he taught you
yes.
and just put it in your swing.
Yeah. Constructive criticism.
And you don't have
what
to swing
everyone
hard.
needs, right?
That's
No, dude,
that's
you
the
don't.
main thing. People go out there. Me too. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll just go
wanna drive
320
this
with
thing.
this one. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're probably not.
It would be fun though, right?
Oh god. I mean, so
it.
dude, I hit 310. I
That's
hit
awesome.
310 on a drive. It was one drive that went straight. I was like,
Was this at a driving range? Or
no, this was at Oak Meadow.
Okay.
So par or the hole was front of the green, 356 from the white tees, and dude, I smacked it. And we put the rangefinder on it to the pin, and I was 46 yards out from the pin, so I hit it 310. That's
pretty damn good, man.
It, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, well, that's what's fun about it too.
Yeah.
Those little victories.
Exactly.
And you
Dude,
just-
I've been driving like shit all day. And then I hit that on like hole 10.
Was it luck?
Pure luck, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't aiming there.
Really?
No.
I've noticed, I've caught myself too, like if I'm like splicing one way or the other, I'll like, if I,
Adjust your stance that way.
yes, I'm like, no, like if it's going right, I'll like aim a little left.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's going to go right anyway. And if I want it to go straight, I'm going to aim a little left.
Yeah.
And just hope it goes straight.
Then it's left.
Then it goes left or something. Yeah. Yeah. And That's why. Yeah, you're right. Lessons are mandatory.
Yeah.
But that's also why I just want to try to make sure I stick around and just keep doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Because I need more things to do, just to like clear my head.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's a hobby, man. It's zen. It's so zen just being out on a course 7, 8 a.m.
Yes, it
Dew
is.
all over the grass, sun's coming up.
yeah, there is something.
And you just hear ting, ting. Just people hitting balls all over the course, man. You're just lit.
there is something like just
Cracking a cold one, just 8
you.
a.m. You're just
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, dude,
I went with my friend the other day, last Friday, and he brought we teed off at 9.
Yeah.
But I picked him up at 8, and he brought a case of beer.
oh, good for him.
And it's a Friday morning. He's like, might have to crack some cold ones
I like
this morning.
that guy. I like that guy.
I'm like,
I'd
damn,
go
dude.
golfing with him.
We golfed 18 holes today. It was a long day.
Man.
We golfed 9, took a lunch break, and then went back and golfed another.
Yeah.
9. It takes me a while just because I'm not hitting them straight.
I'm looking for balls half the time, dude. I'm like in the deep stuff.
Yeah, I kind of learned after last week that I can't keep buying nice balls.
No.
You just get some junk balls and
Dude, I did it for like I said, I started last year. And after starting last year, I was like, oh, I need the Titleist Pro V1s so I can hit it 320 yards.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even get out of the tee box. What am I doing buying $65 balls?
right.
It's like, dude, I'll go get some refurbished ones at Academy for $20.
Yeah.
For the Pro Vs for $20, but refurbished.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Well, I was out there looking. You can find other balls too.
Dude, pick up every ball you go by.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because for a while until you get good,
Yeah.
I feel like you're just gonna burn through some.
Yeah.
That's what I'll probably buy some like off eBay or something.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, or like even like Facebook Marketplace.
Yep.
People collect balls.
Dude, even there's this kid on TikTok. There's this kid on TikTok who sells golf balls.
Really?
It's pretty sweet what he does, man. He just goes out and finds golf balls. And
Yeah.
he takes them home.
Work for a golf
cleans them.
course then?
I don't know, man. I think
He must.
I don't know. Well, because he's always at different courses, so he can't work for every course. So it's like, what is this kid doing? You know, he'll go out on like a pond basically and like throw a rake that
Yeah.
the balls will get caught in and he'll rake them up. Like he'll go to the golf course after hours trespassing probably, you know, like
Hey, it's a hustle, I
the
guess.
kid's like 13, 14 years old grinding. And
Is that stealing? You think that's stealing?
it depends who you ask. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's stealing.
Like if I go to a golf course and I bring my own ball
Yeah.
and I hit it in the lake
Yeah.
and some other kid comes and rakes it out of the lake,
You have it, buddy.
I have it. Like I don't think it's the golf
You
course.
went through the work to
Yeah.
get that ball.
I wonder if golf courses. I'm sure golf courses would get mad, depending on which one.
Well, you'd think the golf course would want all the balls out of the bottom of their pond.
Yeah,
I mean,
but don't most golf courses sell balls? Like sell balls like that?
no, I've never seen a golf course sell like refurbished ones. Yeah,
Cuba does.
do they?
Yeah, they had a bucket of misfits.
Oh, just like a bucket.
Yeah, you can buy. I think it was 2 for $1.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
50 cents a ball. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And you probably get some pretty okay ones in there. Honestly, they might be.
Oh, I've seen
stuffed up.
Callaways. I've seen
Absolutely.
Nikes. I've seen
Yeah.
all kinds in there.
Yeah. What are you swinging? What ball are you swinging? The expensive balls. What are you buying?
I bought the Callaway
Diablos.
soft style. No,
The soft chrome.
I don't know. Ariel, look it up real
Soft
quick.
chrome.
Do you know what Ariel know? Dude, this girl is way better at golf than me.
No.
She went with me and my friend.
Yeah.
She grew up around it. She worked on
Okay.
a golf course when she was 16. She worked for 2 different golf courses. Believe she took lessons. So yeah, she's
Yeah.
making us look bad out there. Yeah, the Callaway's super soft.
Yeah, nice.
You said, what were the ones you said though?
Soft chrome.
Soft chrome? Is that?
I thought they said soft chrome on them for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're right. I've seen them.
You see, they got like, dude, but they look like they got the red, white, and blue lines around them. You know.
I think that's it down there actually. But just try that in it.
There you go. Chrome soft. That's what-
Chrome soft.
Chrome soft. That's what I thought you were talking about.
You like those? Those are the ones you use?
No, I don't. I use. If I'm gonna buy expensive balls,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like TaylorMade TP5s.
Okay, Ariel, look them up. I don't know the difference between
I like the Callaway soccer balls though. Like the golf.
Those are cool.
Those are cool, aren't they?
those are cool.
Yeah, TP5.
I don't know the difference. You know the difference between the balls?
Couldn't tell you. I know. I like the way one goes, and
Yeah.
there it is, right there, second row, second pick.
Like I wonder what
Yeah, those right there.
Like, I wonder what that is. What's so special about it?
I don't know, but I'm going to bring you some that say Premier Roofing, so don't hit them around the pond.
I'll hit them all but one. I'll make sure I save one.
That's what I did.
I'll put one on the podcast.
There you go, man. Just set it up. I'll autograph it too for you.
All right, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man, sweet.
Will you click that visit link, Ariel?
We're gonna see what it's about.
I want to see what it's about. Yeah, I want to see what's so special about it. Because it's $59,
They're not cheap.
$60 for a 12 pack.
12 balls.
Yeah. What's that a ball? You good at math? I'm going to do the math real quick. 59 divided by 12. You're paying almost $5 a ball. That's $4.92 a
That's
ball.
ridiculous.
Just so it can fling into the woods or drop in the lake.
Or bounce off the cart path. Next thing you know, it's scratched.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, I can't hit this anymore.
Yeah.
Then it just rolls around in your bag.
Okay, it says, this is on TaylorMadeGolf.com. It says increased carry with the new Tour Flight dimple pattern. New Tour Flight dimple pattern unlocks the next level of aerodynamics while promoting maximum carry distances and sleep. And is that sleep or steep? And a steep angle of descent for extra stopping power, especially on long irons. So it's supposed to be lighter, but then it's the steep angle.
So there's a pro, I forget his name, but the other day I saw this video and so they got TP5s and then they have a TP5X.
Okay.
How are you gonna know the difference, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this guy hit, I think it was like 8 balls, and they would throw like, here's one, didn't look at it, TP5, and then they throw him another one.
He has to guess.
TP5, and then they throw another one. He'd be like, "That's the X," and dude, he got them all right. And
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
You know how many balls that guy has to hit to know, and just the feel that this guy has for the game to know.
It's wild that, it can come down to something so minuscule.
Yeah.
So minute.
Yeah.
But people get such a feel for it.
Yep.
Because literally he's holding a club. Right?
Yeah.
And he's smoking this ball. And just off the
Just the way it came
seconds
off. Yeah.
that it touches the ball.
Yeah.
He can feel it go through the club into his hands. And that's how he knows what ball it is.
Yep.
That's wild.
Wild.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos? Well, I've seen Kobe, right? I think it was Kobe. Or Kobe. There's Kobe. Maybe it was Kobe Bryant, but he was like dribbling the ball on a basketball court, and there was like a dead spot in the concrete, and he was dribbling it, and it had like a little off spot, and he could like, he instantly knew.
Oh,
he's just dribbling down the court, and he's like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And he's just
I think
able
I
to-
saw the video of Steph
Curry, that's it.
below the basket
Yes,
there. Yeah.
Steph
and
Curry,
he's-
that's
He's
it.
like, wait,
That's all.
that didn't feel right. Yeah. I was like,
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
you just like,
and I mean, you saw the ball bounce back up to him. So it's like, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
But he felt it.
most people would just think they just bounced it wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Was dribbling a little
Twisted
wrong.
it on accident when I had a weird, No, it's
So
crazy.
just, it is crazy how someone can get just so into
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It reminds me of where they got the box where they put the different sodas in it, and people like where it's Coke,
yeah,
or
yeah,
Pepsi,
yeah.
and they go through all that stuff.
I could probably do that one. The one I don't think I could do would be the beer one, because honestly, you put like a Coors Light, a Busch Light, a Bud Light, a Mick Ultra,
Can't tell the
they're
difference.
the same.
Yeah, I used to go to the fair, and at the fair you can go up and you can get your pitcher of beer. Right, you're a beer drinker,
Oh yeah.
and
I said that like I was like, oh yeah.
I was just trying to think about it, but obviously you just said the other beers. But my friend, we'd switch off on getting pitchers of beer, and my friends would be like, I only want Michelob Ultra, I only want Busch.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know the freaking difference.
No.
And it got to the point where I was just doing it just to see if they could tell the difference, and I would go up and say if I knew they like Michelob Ultra only, I'll get Busch.
Yeah.
Because they mouthed it all night how much they hate it.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I was like, you want some beer? And
They're drinking it.
yeah, they're like, what kind? I'm like, it's Michelob Ultra, just like you like. I'm like, all right, I'll take some. And I pour it up, and they're drinking it, and they don't know a difference.
Don't know, man.
You don't know no
Absolutely
difference.
not. And I don't think I could either. I don't think I would know.
No, I don't think I could either.
Well, maybe switching like 1 or 2 beers in, like, oh, I just drank 2 Michelobs and now I'm drinking a Busch Light.
But if you didn't know what was on it,
Yeah, if it was a plain can and they were all the same cans, dude, probably not.
I don't think
You're
so.
right. I probably wouldn't.
I want to do it on the podcast sometime. To me, I call them water snobs. Do you have preference in water? Can you taste water?
Oh yeah.
See, I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
test.
I'm a water snob. I'm a water.
I want to test some of you guys and just see. Like, I want to get like cheap Dasani water. I want to get like well water. I want
I'm
to
not putting Dasani in my mouth. I'm
really
not
see,
drinking
people
Dasani.
hate Dasani.
That's so bad for you.
Yeah, and is that because of the contaminants in the water from the plastic bottle?
Well, it's like there's a couple of things I think. I mean, you could probably look it up. It's pH levels or something, or the alkalinity. It's just, pH levels and all that.
So you hate it not because of the taste, but because of the actual, like the quality of the water you're saying is bad.
I was a water operator in Alaska, and
okay.
I know good water, man.
Okay, like you're in the military?
No, huh?
What's the water operator do then?
I was I was a water operator at the city that I lived in Alaska. There you go. I was making the city's water.
Oh, so you work for the city?
Yeah.
Okay, well, how'd you end up in Alaska?
Dude, crazy
We skimmed
story.
over that.
Crazy story, man.
At what age were you in Alaska then?
20.
So you just got out of high school?
So I did some moving around. Once I graduated, I was like, I'm out. Mm-hmm. Went to Canada.
Cool.
Lived in Banff for like 6 to 7 months. Citizenship was taking a long time to get established, so I couldn't get a job. So I was like, okay, time to move back.
Mm-hmm. You doing this on your own?
Well, I'd help.
I'm saying you're not.
Oh, yeah, no, I moved there.
No girlfriend?
No,
Family?
I moved there by myself to Canada.
Why? Why Canada?
Because
what made you choose
I've got family in Canada,
Okay.
and my cousin was living out in Banff. And if you know Banff, Alberta, it's like the most beautiful place in the whole entire world.
Harry, you should look that up because I've heard of it, but I don't know.
It's the most beautiful place in the whole entire world. Lake Louise, it's awesome. So I move out there. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go get a job. I mean, and this is
Banff, is it like West Coast or East Coast?
West Coast.
West Coast.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Alberta, up above, like before Alaska and British Columbia.
Oh, yeah, it is beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Oh, so anyway,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you right now, the people that come there though, oh God, you got to have money if you want to go vacation in Banff.
Oh, really?
Oh,
It's a rich area.
you got to have a lot of money if you want to go vacation in Banff. Absolutely.
But you're living there.
Well, I'm living there in my cousin's pull-out couch
Okay.
for free, right? I'm just chilling. Thank God my grandpa's like sending me some money every month. I'm like, oh, thanks, helping me out. I'm actively looking for a job, like someplace that'll hire me without my Canadian citizenship.
Gotcha.
Like telling them, hey, it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm about to get my citizenship.
Right. But no one can legally hire you.
Couldn't do it. So
What'd you do? For roofing?
No, I just hung out, man.
I feel like roofing's like one of those jobs that
I
a
was just
lot of
hanging
foreigners
out.
get, or not foreigners, but what's the word I'm looking for here? Illegal.
What's the word you're looking for?
I don't know, like non-citizenship.
Oh, yeah. No, so I was actually going to go wash windows. I was, but they wouldn't even hire me.
Really?
Dude, I was like, I'm washing windows for $15 an hour cash.
Yeah.
Hire me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Right.
And they're paying you, Canadian. So it's like you get a couple coins and a couple fives, and it's weird. The money, it's weird there, man.
You actually lose money from American to Canadian, right? A little bit. Or when you go and then you come back, you lose it.
So, yeah, I think so Canadian is less American.
Yeah.
So like,
So when you trade it over and then
like-
you come back, you're losing money.
Yeah. So you better do it there.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you get a job at all?
No.
Couldn't get a job?
Moved back. Me and my girlfriend now decided let's go to Florida.
Well, we're not skipping over Alaska.
No, this is
Okay.
This is
You're leading
before
up to it.
Alaska, yeah.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, let's go to Florida. We moved to Florida. We stayed in Florida probably 6 months. I mean, dude, I was just young. I was like, let's move around, like, let's, whatever.
Travel a little bit.
Right? Yeah. So we did, and we both got
No
jobs.
college?
No, we
weren't
both
thinking about college?
We both got jobs serving. I mean, in Destin, Florida, we're making good money. We're serving. I mean, those are family vacations coming out there. Those people
Yeah.
are in good moods.
Tips like crazy.
They're tipping like crazy, and especially on a
They saved
$500
up.
seafood ticket,
Yeah.
you're tipping like
They're
crazy.
saving up for vacation. So when they're
Absolutely.
going, they're like, well, we got $4,000 to spend.
Let's spend it.
Let's spend it.
Absolutely.
Yep, 'cause we got the money. This is for vacation. only.
Yeah. So we stayed out there. We end up coming back to Oklahoma. We moved back to Oklahoma, and then we're like, let's try Florida again. So we go to Florida again.
Destin again?
Yeah, same place. So we
You
go
had
to Destin.
family in Destin or something?
No, me and my buddy. So me and my buddy and my girlfriend were like, let's do it. Like, let's go, and we did it. We just all three.
So this is right after high school, basically. Just trying to figure out what the
Yeah, like
hell's going
19,
on.
20, like 19. Yeah.
Sure.
And so we get to Florida. I get in between jobs. I start trying to get into like blue collar, and I'm doing construction and concrete, and I'm like, man, this isn't. I don't like this. So her parents were living in Alaska, and they're like, you guys want to move to Alaska? And me at first, I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to go to Alaska? Especially where they were living.
Which is where?
Dillingham, Alaska.
Is that north?
Pulled it up. Dude, I'm talking
up.
so remote.
Is that north?
So it's 400 miles west of Anchorage,
Okay.
and you can't drive there. You
gotta
got to
fly
take
there?
a plane or a boat.
Why would someone want to live there?
You tell me, dude. So anyway, we move out
Like
there.
extreme isolation?
Yeah, man. Yeah, look at that. Dude,
So-
the furthest you can drive is 26 miles up to a Lickniggik there. And then you got to fly to
What did you
Manitoba.
just call that?
A Lickniggik.
A licknick.
So you can drive to a Lickniggik, and then you can get in a boat, and those lakes right there, that's 1 lake, 2 lake, 3 lake, 4 lake, 5 lake. But yeah, man, that right there is the biggest salmon run in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
So a lot of money for fishing.
Yeah, like
people
all the
doing it.
Russians come over and stuff and go fishing.
Will you go zoom out real quick, Ariel? Yeah, how far are you from Russia there?
Oh, dude, I saw them in my binoculars.
Really? Are you
No, I'm
kidding? Well,
I mean, but you
way.
feel like you're that close, you know?
Because I heard, okay, so this is, you'd have to go north, but I can't remember what it's called, but apparently there's like some strait right there.
Oh, the Bering Strait.
Bering
Yeah.
Strait. And it, like,
There
apparently,
used to be a land bridge.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So, and it's like only like 55, 60 miles apart.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they say there's a theory out there. They say that that's how a lot of people came over to the United States, was that they were in Russia.
Yeah.
The water got down low enough that they could either walk or take a boat. And then they got over to Alaska, water rose, couldn't get back. They just started exploring.
You see what place that is right there? Over, what's that on the other side there of, yeah. What is that? So, okay, it's Russia above there. It's all Russia right through there. But there's a lot of like Yupik. You know what a Yupik Indian is? Like an Alaskan native, an Eskimo.
Okay.
So, I mean, you think about it. In Canada, in British Columbia, it's not like it's all Yupik natives and stuff. So it's like, I think that the bridge, they came over on the bridge, like you said.
Very probable.
Absolutely. I really do. And, you know, their heritage up there, a lot of them are Russian Orthodox.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like you guys did come from Russia
it
almost.
certainly seems close enough to be plausible.
Yeah.
Like it could actually happen.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But it was so cool out there. So we move up there. A week there, we find out we're having a baby.
Okay.
A week there, they're like, oh yeah, you're pregnant. She went to the doctor. She was like, I don't feel good. I'm gonna go to the doctor. Oh, you're pregnant. We
How
had
big a town was that? Very big?
year round, about 1,200 people.
Small.
Yeah,
small.
and I don't even know if 1,200. Like I might be exaggerating. It might be like 700 year
Oh, wow.
round. But like summer comes around, you're looking at like 2,000-3,000 when fishing season hits.
Ah, okay.
Because
so just people are coming in to work.
the port of Dillingham is one of like the bigger ports there in Bristol Bay.
Okay.
Like what's the deadliest catch? You know deadliest catch?
Yep.
The tenders and stuff that get all the fish off the boats and the crabs off the boats.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting in the harbor one day on my lunch break and we're just looking out. Dude, there's one of the tenders out there off of deadliest catch. I'm like, no way. The Cornelia Marie.
Huh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
the Cornelia Marie was out in the harbor and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And then so when I got there, I was a harbor master's assistant. That was the first job I got. I walked around every day on the docks, climbing boat to boat over. I mean, so the boats there, dude, they just line up. I mean, dude, you should see it. It's so cool, man. Like you see it on movies and stuff, and you're just like, oh, this is crazy. But to actually be there and
work
live
it,
that and
yeah.
work it, and so, dude, I got fishermen telling me, "Fuck you, man. Fuck your harbor dues," and I'm like, I'm just doing my job, man.
Sure.
I'm 20 years old.
I'm
Like,
here to get a paycheck.
dude, let me work, you know? And then, so actually this one guy, he had a little piece of crap boat, man, just some little beater, right? thought he was some hot shot. Ends up, he used to be some guy who was on Deadliest Catch, but got kicked off the show for being like a alcoholic or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this guy let me have it, man. He's like, F you and your $300. I'm not, you ain't getting my harbor fees. I'm leaving right now. And
Oh, so you're like collecting fees.
oh yeah. If you pull into my harbor, I'm watching you pull in. I'm going straight to your boat and I'm saying, did you buy your pass for the season or you need to buy one? Mm-hmm. I need to buy one. I'll buy one.
Okay.
The harbor master
so
expects to see you.
People are trying to avoid you at all
absolutely.
costs. They hope that you miss them.
Yeah, and then it's
Other
well. The
visit.
best part is though. So here's the craziest part, man. And what do you do when someone brings up like religion? Like, what are you gonna do, right? Mm-hmm. So the Russians. I mean, dude, the fishing for those Russians up there, it was insane, man. Like it was crazy.
So the Russians could come over.
Oh yeah, well a lot of the Russians live in like Homer and stuff like that, like Homer, Alaska.
Oh, okay, so they have U.S. citizenship.
Oh yeah, but I mean, some probably do come over. You know, I mean, I'm dude.
Some are probably living here illegally too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Russians would come in on like a Saturday night, right? So harbor would be closed, but it was still open like for boats to come in. So the next morning, I would do like a quick, just like drive down to the harbor, just see if I noticed any new boats that came in. You know. Mm-hmm. Well, I would always see you can tell the difference between a Russian's boat and a Alaska person's boat, you know, like, I mean,
why is that?
The Russians are still Alaskan people, right? But the Russian, I mean, like, pull up a Russian fishing vessel, like
right,
a 32-foot Russian fishing vessel.
Yeah, let's look this up. Well, it's surprising to me that they can even do that. Like, they allow that.
Oh, because, well, but I think really a lot of them actually, like, do have like that American citizenship in Alaska. I really do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So like, let's see.
Or do you think it just gets?
Okay, you see that?
You're not getting boats like that first picture, are
no,
you?
Okay. Third boat or third row down, second to last boat.
Yeah,
That's a Russian boat. Okay. That's a Russian boat. Okay.
That's nice.
Exactly. Now you look over. Exactly.
So this is the point you're trying to make.
Okay. So let's see. Second picture, bottom row, over there. Yeah, right there. That right there. You probably don't want to be in the middle of the Bering Sea on that thing, you know?
Absolutely.
But those
not.
Russian boats, they're going like I don't know, knots and all that, but they're probably going 30 miles an hour. These other boats are going like 8 miles an hour.
Is it because you think it's because of like the taxes and
The
stuff?
way they build them, man. It's just the way they build them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just.
I didn't know if there was like something with they can make more money over in Russia, so that's why they're able to get the nicer boats.
Okay, so I got sidetracked. So the boats that would come in on Saturday night, the Russian boats like those right there, you would come in Sunday morning and you would see them in the harbor. Well, you go up to them, they're like, "Oh, dude, we're Russian Orthodox. We don't buy anything on Sundays. We don't spend money on Sundays. We don't do business on Sundays." And it's like, you're in my harbor, dude. You're doing business today. That's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them would.
This is a business transaction.
Some of them would. Some of them you would get off that boat before they ask you to.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, scary.
Because it's
scary, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, just scary, man. You know.
Yeah.
What if they tie you up, put you in that
I was
boat,
saying,
take you out in the
take you
middle of
back
the
to Russia.
sea, dude? Take you in the middle of the sea
Yeah,
with some
just-
bricks, man.
dump you.
Be done. They don't even need bricks, dude. They put you in the middle of the Bering Sea. You're done.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah, you're right.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah,
So, like,
especially at 20 years old.
I mean, I was a
Right?
kid out
Yeah,
there.
you
Dude.
are.
I'm just like, give me $300 for the harbor fees, and they're like, no. Yes, and then
It's
so,
one against however many people.
but you don't want me to go get the harbor master. You know, Gino come down there and let you have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gino.
I'm sure you get pretty calloused over after working with all those guys all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're not. I'm sure they're not soft men.
No,
That are working out
Listen,
at
you
sea.
you cannot be soft to go on a fishing boat. I did it for 5 days, and I will never ever do it again.
Because they're out there for a while.
Dude, I mean, salmon season, you're out there for like probably like a week and a half at a time, and then you come in or you go to a tender, and then you go to dock for like a day, go shower, and get right back on the boat. You don't sleep. You don't rest.
It's
You're
just a
fishing.
grind.
You're fishing dude. I mean, I was out there for 5 days, and and this wasn't even salmon fishing. I was halibut fishing.
Okay.
So this is like,
Aren't you just fishing with the net?
so we were doing a long line when I was halibut fishing. We did long line. We ran out like a bunch of like quarter mile half-mile lines with buoys on either
So
end.
basically like jugging.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what we were doing, but
Okay.
commercially. And
Yeah. Explain it for anyone that might not know.
so, I mean, you're basically just running in line out the back behind your boat, setting hooks on it every 2 feet, and put with your bait, and then you're just letting it go.
Fish are coming up, biting the bait, getting
Yeah.
stuck on the hook.
Yep.
And then you just let a line fill up, and you pull them all in.
Then you hook that thing back to the boat, and then you just pull them all in. So like the halibut, dude, halibut's sweet, dude. I'm 20 years old. You hand a 20-year-old a harpoon, and you tell him to get that halibut in the boat, dude. I'm just like hanging over the side of a boat, waves just splashing in, like 6 feet waves just coming in the boat, and I'm just harpoon right through the head, and you just yank it in the boat as hard as you can, dude.
Yeah.
And so actually, no, someone on land was like, "How's Brooks doing out there?" Right? And they were like, "Oh man, dude, you give a 20-year-old a harpoon and see what they do."
He's living it up.
Oh, dude, that was like the most fun I had. Other than that, I almost died. My jacket got hooked to one of the hooks when we were running the line out, and that was like the main thing I was told. Dude, I'm green. I'd never been on a fishing vessel like this before. Dude, my jacket it starts going and it hooked my sleeve. No, it didn't hook my sleeve. It hooked like right here. So it's like yanking on me.
Waistline.
Oh, it's
Stomach.
It's like
Mid-stomach?
yeah.
Okay.
And then it's hooking me and it's getting me, dude. So finally I'm just like, I got to do something. Like, I'm trying to like take it off. My zipper's caught, dude. And it's like,
So like they're throwing it out.
dude,
And you're hooked as it's getting yanked out.
So, dude, I'm about to go out the back of the boat. Like I'm 3 feet from the back of the boat.
How big are these hooks?
Dude, I mean, they're huge, man. You're
Like the size of your hand?
yeah, dude, you're
Okay.
catching halibut.
Yeah, they're
you
not
know,
like
and
these little
these halibut are like
small bass fishing.
No, dude,
hook.
no.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
massive.
a massive hook that's got like the boom, and then it's got like the little what would you call it?
I don't know.
I'm not like some awesome fisherman guy, you know, but. Dude, so I remember I just put my head and my arms just down. I went to like
And you just
waist
ripped it
level,
off?
and it just went right over my head. And then the captain of the boat looks back and looks down, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I mean, this is like right when I'm like still like I'm hanging over the back and just like, dude, what do I do, man? I'm so
You're about to be
scared.
fish
Oh,
bait.
I'm so scared, dude.
Shark
And
bait.
it's like evening time, so it's like dusk, and we're setting the last one for the day. And captain sees what's happening, stops the
Reel stuff.
stops the reel from letting the line out and reels it back for a second, lets me get my jacket on. But dude, I was terrified. I
bet it was.
Oh god,
Probably have you shooken up for a while.
dude, I stayed away from the edge of that boat. You think I stabbed one more fish in the head? No,
Yeah.
I was not getting near the back of that boat.
It's just something like that has to check you.
Oh yeah, and I mean, this was like I said, I'm green. I was like, I'm an Okie boy. I've never ever.
So did you quit doing it after that? Or did you do it
So
for a
I
while?
just went to help. The captain needed some help, and I
Okay, you weren't even going to do it full time.
had no intention of even going on that trip.
Okay.
I didn't even want to go on the trip, but I was like, he's gonna pay me. I think I made like $500 for like 5 days. Not bad, but I slept like 6 hours in 5 days and ate like a
I'm sure it couldn't be easy to sleep on them boats.
dude. No, my diet was like pretzels, like just like salted pretzels, and I'm talking like bagged pretzels, not like real pretzels,
Yeah.
and then coffee.
Really?
That was it.
But do they have big sleeping quarters on them? Probably not.
No, dude. So like the one that I slept in the bottom one because I was the green guy, and the top one had like this 4 foot, 3 foot gap between you and the ceiling. You know, nice, comfy. You can roll over. Mine, dude, it was like,
On their
dude,
ceiling?
I'm talking like 8 inches away from my face. So it's like when I'm trying to roll over, my shoulders are hitting the top one, and I'm like, okay, so I gotta get out of the bed and then like get back in and lay on my stomach.
Oh, no
And then I
way.
wasn't comfy, and then the waves are clashing the boat, and you just hear them, and you're just over.
And what do you do? Because you don't have a cell phone out there, do you?
No, there ain't no
have nothing.
service out there.
So what are you doing? Just laying there?
Just chilling, man.
Just laying
I mean, so you're drinking.
Really?
You're drinking.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the like at nighttime. You're sitting in the cabin. Everyone's down there when you
How many
guys.
guys are on it?
We had 4 total.
Okay.
We had 4 total, including
Captain,
the captain,
you,
and
2 other guys.
yeah, and we all just sat there, played games, card games. I forget what this one game was called, but it was a fun game, Moose or something like that. I don't know, but it was
Something to make the time pass.
something to make the time pass and a lot of beer.
Dang.
A lot of beer.
Yeah, not a healthy job to have.
No, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Must be good money in it though.
Oh, well, like salmon season, like, so if you're like some guy who's been doing it for like 3 or 4 years or 5, 6 years, you're making $20K a summer. In 6 weeks, you're making $20K.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I thought about going up there and doing it for the summers.
Really?
Like, well, I mean, this is when I
And
got
then
back.
you can just do whatever else in the off season.
Yeah.
Outside of those 6 weeks of the
Yeah.
year.
And I mean, where I lived at, but the cost of living was a lot, like, because they had to ship everything, like grocery store food, like
Yeah.
they're barging all this stuff, you know, so it's expensive. A gallon of milk's $10, $12.
Mm-hmm. What's the beauty of living there? Like, why do people want to live there?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Banff is God's country. Like, no, it's Alaska.
So it's just people like the.
Dude, I mean, it's the biggest state in America. And it's just so unpopulated, man. It's like, it's actually like a lot of it's uncharted terrain. A lot of it. And it's just the beauty. And
I think it'd be a little depressing at some point.
oh,
though,
it's the,
Can be,
I think it's
yes.
like number one for suicide
in the United States.
in the United States, Alaska.
Okay.
Well, like, so where we lived at, it wasn't dark like 24/7 for 30 days. Like, you ever seen 30 Days a Night?
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it wasn't dark like that, but I would wake up 5 a.m., be at work by like 6. Sun doesn't come up till like 10, 11.
Yeah.
And then I'm off work by 4 o'clock. Sun's going down at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
tough.
oh my God, you know.
It's hard. It's hard.
Summertime, you can't go to sleep unless you put foil on the windows because the sun stays out until 2 a.m. and then it's back up again at 5 a.m.
Dude, and this sounds like so soft, but I feel like even in Missouri, from November till April,
Yeah.
it's just cloudy and nasty weather. Like, it might not be freezing weather, but it's nasty, cloudy. It's just gloomy.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate the winters here.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I take a vacation in the middle of winter a lot.
Yeah.
Just to go and see some sun.
Yeah.
Feel the warmth
Yeah.
of the sun every now and then. Like, just because I feel like it just gets so long and depressing. So I could easily, that's why I asked. I'm like, what's like the
Dude, it was sweet.
drive? Because it's beautiful country.
I mean, it's like, so you could get out your
It's
front.
the good and the bad.
Yeah, you could walk out your front door and you could hop on your snow machine and drive it to work across tundras and trails and just like have fun on your way to work. Or you could, you know, be boring and take the road. Who wants to take the road, right? Take the path less traveled. So that's what, I mean, it's just fun, man. You can go, you know, moose hunting and just sightseeing and
Yeah, I guess it just all depends on like your approach to it.
yeah, and I mean, witnessing the salmon run, like, that was cool. Like, we're in the river, you know, and we're just like in a little skiff in the river. And dude, you could literally walk in there and step on salmon. And I'm talking salmon. Dude, I got a picture on my Facebook it's a picture of just the water right over the boat. Probably 20 salmon within like
Inches of each other.
Inches of each other.
Yeah, just all stacked on top of
Oh,
it.
yeah, dude.
Dang.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
but it's so cool. And then
It would be cool to see.
yeah, well, and then you like pull around, like you go around the next little curve of the river. There's a bear eating some salmon, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like you're up close and personal with this.
Yeah.
And it's like the only place besides, I guess, like what, Montana or something like that. But
Sure.
if you're not John Dutton, you don't got you know, a lot of acres to go play on and go see stuff like that. But Alaska, it's everyone's land, you know. A lot of it's just like
So how long did you live there then?
a year and like 4 months. Our
You had a kid?
whole pregnancy was out there. Had a kid in Anchorage. We flew to Anchorage to have the kid.
Dang.
Yeah, because like so we flew to Anchorage to have the kid because where we were at, it was so remote. If like complications were to happen, we would have had to wait like 2 hours for a live flight
That's scary.
and then like another 2 hours back. So it's like, dude,
So you just fly in, get a hotel,
yeah,
stay in the area.
yeah. Well, she
You
stayed.
don't wait till you're having contractions. do you?
She stayed for a month in Anchorage in a hotel. And then I went after she was there for 2 weeks. I went for 2 weeks and
Because you're probably still working.
yeah.
Some money. So it's hard to do.
Yep.
And then what? You guys are like, over it, moving back?
Yeah, we had our kid, and then I mean, you know, all my family was Oklahoma at the time. All my family, my dad, my mom, my stepdad, stepmom, everyone was in Oklahoma at the time, you know. So we were like, you know, let's get back. We want the family to grow. We want the baby to grow up around family. Her parents were on a contract through Indian Health Services or something like that.
Okay. So work brought her family up there.
Her family up there, and then they kind of just were like, "Hey, you guys want to move up here?" Da da da. So we did it. Well, we moved back, and then shortly after, they moved back too.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to ask you. Go back and visit.
Yeah, they moved back, and now they're down in Florida. Now that's where we just came from. This last week, we were down there visiting them. So
It's crazy because those are like two complete opposite places.
and I mean, so we moved from Florida literally to Alaska. That was a culture shock.
Yeah, I guarantee.
Like I pulled up in a swimsuit to Anchorage Airport. You know what I mean? Like actually,
What's the flight? How long is that flight?
so we flew Tulsa to like Chicago maybe, and then like Chicago, so it's like out of the way too. We went Tulsa, Denver, Seattle, Anchorage, and then Anchorage to Dillingham. So you got that's a lot of flights, dude.
Yeah.
And the flight from Anchorage to Dillingham, there's only like 2 airlines that run in and out of there, and they're not. You ain't
Not big.
You ain't getting Alaska. You ain't getting Delta. Like, you ain't getting American. You're getting Raven and Pin Air. Mm-hmm. And dude, so like, there's not even security on these planes. Like, there's no TSA.
Right.
You pull up, dude. You go. Like, I knew guys who were just going over to Anchorage. Like, so, this town was so small. Like now they got like a dispensary out there. Like weed's legal out there. It's rec. Dude, these guys over there, they were going to Anchorage, buying all sorts of shit, hopping on a plane. And I mean, not guys I knew, but like guys I worked with knew. Mm-hmm. And I was like, God, these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Just wait till they get caught, Mm-hmm. Wait till TSA hears that. There ain't no.
Yeah. But there is no TSA.
There ain't no TSA. I mean, dude, you're walking into this tiny little airport. I mean, you're walking into a, like.
You're talking tiny, like it's
Dude, I'm
like,
talking like your barn next door. That's what the airport looked like that I flew in and out of in Dillingham.
Right. I'm thinking about there's a movie called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and he went to Iceland, or no, it was Greenland, and he did the same thing. Went to like a little bitty airport, flew in, like there's like nobody there. I just think about that.
Oh, it's
like,
sweet.
Like even the town you're describing, because he flies into this like little town of nobody, and just to me, it's just like that's how I'm picturing it all.
I mean, it's probably like what you just explained. That's what it is, man. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because you say that Alaska, is like the most suicides, right? And then I'm pretty sure that Greenland is also, it's the country with the most suicides.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because I think there's like, everything has to get shipped in.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. It's a very depressing place. I just think that's.
Yeah.
I think it sounds similar.
Well, I mean, like, and that's the thing is like, me, I'm not like some down guy. Like, I'm always energetic and just upbeat. Dude, even it was taking a toll on me out there. I'm like, oh, dude, waking up at 6 a.m. and it's just, dude, we're going into work and we got a shovel to even get in the door because it just snowed 16 inches overnight. Like, oh, dude.
It definitely pulls emotions down.
Oh, yeah. It makes you just want to just go home and curl up in a ball and watch a movie and drink some hot cocoa.
Well, the sun does something to you too. It like naturally raises like endorphins. It raises your serotonin level.
Yeah.
Just getting outside.
What is it, vitamin D?
Vitamin D,
That's right, man.
They say like, I think for like even like just raising your testosterone, like just going out in the morning and getting like an hour of sunlight
really
will raise your testosterone.
Wow.
Just naturally. It's crazy what the sun can do.
Yeah, that's cool.
So when you're not around it for long periods of time.
That's how it was, man.
I'm sure it's just bringing people down.
Oh, and I mean, we, let's see. We like, she was pregnant out there, And dude, I ended up gaining like 25, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do.
Right. What do you do in the afternoons?
We eat moose, we eat caribou. Like we're eating good,
Yep.
Like we're eating home cooked meals every night.
Yeah.
And,
but unless you have something to do, you're eating.
And dude, there's nothing. Like, dude, we lived, our apartment was, or it was a duplex, I guess, or quadplex. Sorry, it had 2 and then 2. So it was a quadplex. And, we shared a laundry room with the neighbor. There was a single tiniest little hallway you could imagine that turned in, and there's no corner. The bathroom, like there's no way 2 people could stand comfortably in this bathroom at once. It was 430 square foot.
Holy cow!
And the bedroom, like if you have a king size bed, you have no bedroom.
Right.
So you got to have like a queen or lower. Yeah, like you only have a bed. There's no storage. Like, and you know how much it was? Like $1,600 a month.
Holy cow!
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what's like. It was a nice place.
It's
there,
just
you know?
it's crazy that it can cost that much for being
It's crazy.
such a small area.
Yeah.
And is that because of the salmon? People make so much money off of it.
There's a lot of money in that town, you know, like there really is. Like, I mean, some of the people that I got to know, there's one guy there. I won't say his name, but they call him, no, I'll say his name. They call him Millionaire Dan.
Okay.
That's what they call him, dude. Some native guy, been there a long time, and he fishes and he fishes and he fishes.
And he just sells fish?
Yeah, dude, yeah. That guy right there, and you would not have a clue.
Yeah.
This guy
It's
was
usually
just-
those guys.
Oh, dude,
It's usually guys that look homeless driving the freaking pieces of junk.
yeah. Oh,
that
dude, he's got like a
are-
1996 like Nissan truck with like beat up, you know, and his boat beat up. He could probably buy one of these Russian boats, but he doesn't because he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't fix what's not broken.
They talk about are you in the books at all? Reading any self-help books, anything like that? Self-development?
No.
There's a book called The Millionaire Next Door, and they talk about that in it.
Yeah.
And they're like, a lot of times the millionaire next door is just the one that's not like the greedy one.
Yeah.
It's the one that's just happy with what they got. They can save their money.
Absolutely.
You know, and like that's why they have $1 million.
Yeah.
Because they didn't spend all their extra money
Yeah.
on silly stuff.
Yep.
Replacing tires
Yep.
before they need to replace, you
That's
know,
right.
fixing crap that don't need to be fixed.
I said that on my way out here. I was like, I need to replace the tires on this truck. So I just opened my tires on my truck. They're like those big mud tires, expensive tires. And so I went cheap with it. I was like, Walmart.com, cheap tires, $200 a piece. Mud tires, not good.
Yeah.
The worst investment I ever made.
Like just didn't hold up?
Oh, dude, they're the loudest tires you'll ever hear, first of all. And then I'm going like, my truck's, it's a well sound truck. You know what I mean? Like there's
It's a newer pickup.
newer pickup, yeah. So there's like there should not be any shake at the wheel, dude. With my old tires, with the $600 tires, no shake. $200 tires, I'm talking like I can't even hear myself think in the truck because everything's just.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my.
So what you're going to keep them?
No,
Steal it? Yeah,
no,
you gotta
dude,
get rid
you
of
got to
them.
get rid of them. I can't even have a conversation on the phone with somebody on Bluetooth driving on the road because they're like, "What is that noise? Oh, it's my change thing just down here, just rattling."
Can you return them, you think?
Return them.
Tires? Or you probably
No,
have to?
dude, I put 30,000 on them.
Oh, so you've been dealing with it for a while.
Oh yeah, I toughed it out for as long as I could.
Sure.
I mean, it's so bad. Like when I pull up to the house, the old lady, she's like, "I heard you coming quarter mile down the street." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"How did you?" I mean, I
Just
knew
'cause
they
of
were
the tires.
loud, you know, but I didn't know they were that loud.
And there's tires out there that can be noisy, but also ride
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah.
You know, like they have like big meats on the side and they just, I can't think of a good tire like that. I think Cooper STTs were one that was like a good quality tire. Like I would always hear it and it would look really nice,
Yeah.
but they rode smooth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get some of them cheap tires and they,
It's like it goes back to that golf thing. Like the guy knew he was hitting the TP5, not the TP5X. I know I'm driving on $200 tires.
yeah,
not
but even someone that doesn't know much about tires could probably
they're
tell.
gonna know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's true too.
Well, Brooks, you want to wrap this up? I bet we've
Yeah,
been in
man.
it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Probably a couple hours.
For sure.
Let me make sure there was nothing. I think I'm pretty happy with everything. You ever watched, you into anime at all? You ever watched anime?
Man, I used to when I was a kid.
You ever heard of One Piece?
No.
So One Piece is like the biggest, what is it? It's the longest running anime of all time. It's one of like the most popular animes out there.
Yeah.
That's what this is actually from. It's called The Sunny.
Okay.
And it's like they're all pirates, and then Monkey D. Luffy, he wants to be like the king of the pirates.
Yeah.
And it's just really popular, and I watched it. And there's a guy on it called Brooks, it's Brook, and he's like the skeleton dude. And
Yeah.
like when I meet people for the first time, I always try to make sure I remember their name. And,
Yeah.
and that's like when I met you at that event, that was one way I could make the
Really? That's
connection.
so
And
funny.
he's just a really cool character
Yeah.
in the story. And so I just thought that was funny. And
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if he's ever watched that before.
No.
So
Might-
we'll
might
give it a
check
try
it out,
sometime.
yeah,
Give it a
for
try
sure.
sometime. If you guys are still listening to the podcast, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for following along this long. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it. If you guys ever need any roofing help at all, get in contact with Brooks here. It's Premier Roofing and Contracting.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook,
Facebook,
Instagram,
Google.
just Google. No
TikTok.
Instagram. You're on TikTok
Yeah.
too.
On TikTok, it's Roofing with Brooks, though. It's not Premier Roofing.
Okay, but you do have a TikTok
Yeah.
if people want to follow along with
Yeah,
you.
man, it's sweet.
But you're on Google.
Yeah.
You do all the other SEO stuff?
No, I don't do any.
Are you on Apple?
No.
You need to, man.
On what?
So
On the Apple.
yeah, like Apple Maps. People can look you up on there.
Oh, no, because I don't have like an address, you know.
Or like TripAdvisory.
Well, since I
or-
work out of my house, I don't want a,
Or I guess TripAdvisory. No.
like an upset
you can get a PO
customer.
box.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Some upset customer. Ah.
Well, like obviously TripAdvisor wouldn't work, but there is like Bing is its own thing.
Yeah.
There's some big ones that I really don't know a lot about the search engine optimization, but I did work with a company that puts me, because I was only on Google myself.
Yeah.
And I was having a lot of people that use Apple iPhones
Mm-hmm.
come into the area. Maybe they're coming in town for a month, just working somewhere.
Yeah.
I have a motel next door. People are staying at the motel and they didn't even know there was a gym until they got into town.
Yeah.
And so, and then maybe like if they're renting an Airbnb and they don't pass my hotel or my gym, they're not even going to know I'm in business there.
Yeah.
So it was really big for me whenever I got the SEO stuff going that people could actually find me.
Yeah.
Because there's people that they don't use Google.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that everybody uses Google, but there's a lot of people that actually don't.
Yeah.
They use whatever Internet Explorer.
Well, like
tells them to
restaurants,
use.
I'm not on Google. I'm on Apple. I'm on the maps. Like, where's a restaurant near me? You know.
Okay.
Like that's what I do for restaurants.
Okay, so yeah, similar to that.
What's
so,
an order? What's closest?
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So that's just something I think about there. But yeah, if you guys are looking for any roofing needs, hit Brooks up.
That's right.
He'll help you out. He'll come check you out.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Appreciate you having me. Man.
I'm glad you reached out to me.
Yeah.
That's usually how I know, like, if it's going to be a good podcast, because I just, those people are usually more passionate about it.
Yeah.
And you definitely brought some energy. Like, I love the energy that you brought. It was very positive, and it's like easy conversation here.
Do my best. Yeah.
Yeah, like
It did just flow.
it flows good, and it just helps the podcast go a lot better.
Yeah.
So thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. Appreciate you.
See you guys later.